Laura's got a secret, oh what a tale. She spins a wild story, sets sail without a sail. Fake baby bumps, she's got tricks up her sleeve, but the boys see through it, they just can't believe. Oh Laura, 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 what did you do? Play and pretend just to make it through. The boys fight back, they're standing tall. Laura's big surprise is no surprise. Points her finger, you're the bad guy now. But truth's got legs and it's taken a bow. Her plans unravel like a thread on a spool. Life's not a game and you're breaking the rules. Lies and lawsuits, so what a show. But justice is coming, it's starting to grow. You can't win hearts with tricks or a fight. The truth shines brighter than a starry night. Did you do? Play and pretend just to make it through. The boys fight back, they're standing tall. Laura's big surprise is no surprise at all. So kids, remember, don't twist what's true. Life's much better when you just be you. Laura's learning the hard way it seems. Honesty's the hero in everyone's dreams. Oh Laura, Laura, what did you do? Play and pretend just to make it through. The boys fight back, they're standing tall. Laura's big surprise is no surprise at all.
Hey, folks! Oh, what a week! What a week! What an interesting week!
I know. When I am the relative normal person of the week, it's always a banner week.
Oh, I mean, Monday, Tuesday, Laura got an off you fuck because she didn't bother to show up. And the same day, yeah, you know what? Fuck you, Laura.
Yeah.
Let's pile on.
I do want to know if we get to subpoena Mr. Ad.
What?
Well, the horse that she went to the equestrian. If I were the judge, I would have him brought to the court because I feel like he would be part of a class action lawsuit of people who need therapy after interactions with Laura.
Do you know that woman over there?
No. This is why I can't be a judge, because I'd be saying like, have the horse brought in, and then I'd put peanut butter and have it talk like I'd make up the voices.
Oh. Yeah. We have photographic proof. Laura rode a horse while sick from court. She's now trying to start a paternity suit because she's pregnant with twin centaurs.
Oh my God, she's Xena, the warrior princess. Wasn't there a plot line where she was pregnant with a centaur? Or were the 90s that far away?
The 90s were a bit very, 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 very far away. Are you sure you didn't watch the alternative version?
I barely watched Xena. I think I know about that because my brother watched it, which makes, having realized that he was watching it when he was 11, it probably wasn't hurting his soul when I called him gay for watching it, because it was probably the exact opposite.
Oh.
A woman running around in a leather bikini screaming. I mean, it's probably about the most boy thing you should do is watch that show.
I remember watching that show back in the 90s. But I mean, I didn't care. I thought her sidekick was way cuter. But then
Yeah,
I learned
she's
that she became what do you call it without say some type of rainbow warrior later in life, and then oh no.
yeah, that was pretty cool. I was more of the Buffy the Vampire Slayer. If we had to pick like a kick-ass person, I was more into Camp Buffy than Camp Xena.
I mean, I oh, now we have a divider here. Who will tell us exactly?
Ooh.
Yeah, Andrea.
Hey guys.
Buffy or Xena?
Wait, one more time.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer or Xena the Warrior Princess?
This one is honestly going to be a literal flip the coin for me because I never watched either of them.
Oh,
You were
darn
a
it.
charmed girl.
If you're gonna act absolutely force my hand, I'm obviously gonna go with Buffy because my dog is named Buffy, but not after Buffy the Vampire Slayer, after Jimmy Buffett. But it's close enough. So
Oh,
Hey, they both slay things. You know, one margaritas, one vampires. Although I always get Warren Buffett and Jimmy Buffett mixed up, which is confusing when you're watching C-SPAN.
that is
like,
definitely
Jimmy
going to
Buffett's
cross
coming.
some wires.
I was like, why is Jimmy Buffett on? Oh, it's the other Buffett. Gotcha.
here's a presentation from Mr. Buffett, and you expect la da da. No, oh no. Oh yeah, we start. What a week! What a week! I mean, in what a month! What a damn year this has been.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Here, here.
2025.
Yeah, and maybe you can give us some clarity here. Once Michael Proctor's private phone was, oh, look at that. You lied? Or you were incompetent enough to not knowing that you actually saved things to the cloud.
Yeah.
And you expected the people like Tully, Buchanan, and those, oh, now they're going to resign. No, you have Bukowski's kid resigning. And that came out of left field.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on in Massachusetts?
Well, it's a mess. I got to tell you. So I've been watching the Robert Devine decertification hearing over the last couple days, the post proceeding that he had, and one of the most common comments I've already kind of started to see come up is everybody wants to know. One of the facts there is he retired before they completed the internal affairs investigation in 2001 involving his misconduct towards Sandra Birchmore, and so everybody wants to know: does he still get his pension? The answer is yes. He still gets his pension under Massachusetts law. There, you have to be convicted of some kind of crime in order to forfeit your law enforcement pension. So this guy who is alleged to have committed such severe misconduct that he doesn't deserve to be a law enforcement officer anywhere ever again is still going to get paid. I mean, who knows how much? Who knows how much?
I think
It's a Canton miracle.
Paid by the taxpayers.
I mean, after 20 years, I think the pension is around 70%. Yeah, and they count it as like it's either the 3 final years or it's the 3 best years.
I think it was the 3 best. It's high. I remember looking at this when we were looking at it for like Brian Albert and some of those other folks because the you look at the raw numbers of what some of those payouts are, and they're just, to me, they're eye-watering. Like, I realize Massachusetts is kind of an expensive place to live relative to where I am, but my goodness, we're getting close to like a couple $100,000 and stuff. And then I also learned about the scam. Part of the scam is that when they're gearing up for retirement, they go and work massive amounts of overtime, and so then that will blow up their earnings for that figure and just justify a bigger pension.
Yeah, that's when they're going to other counties' cold cases.
Yeah.
Yes, because that expertise needs to be farmed out. They need to, give out their expertise, math and stuff, and files and junk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, was it Kevin Albert and Michael Proctor driving 3 odd hours to the
Oh, yeah,
right?
drunk as skunks.
Yeah, they went there, had an interview with an unknown person, and on the way back, they stopped at 2 bars. And okay, that's a choice.
Yeah. Yeah. I was following some of the kind of evolution of this story about the missing person. And I had a million questions because my first question was, what does Canton even have to do with this in the first place? I'm so confused about why the Canton Police Department is even involved. The gentleman at issue, this guy Michael Mosher, who's been missing since I guess 1980 or so, quite a long time. His residence is in a different county, and there's this database for missing person, this registry for these missing person cases, and it came about after the 1980 disappearance, so it's not really shocking that it hadn't been entered before, but it ultimately gets entered by the Canton Police Department in like 2023. But the call that they got that supposedly precipitated them getting involved in this investigation at all was back in 2021. And it's just this whole sequence of events. It's just there's a lot of holes in it so far. And of course they're treating it, it's an open investigation. So we don't necessarily get to know, anything more than what they feel like telling us. But there's just so many kind of bizarre holes in it that don't quite add up and don't exactly like take away the stench of the Proctor involvement, and just the hint of corruption that his name is kind of always going to bring to any law enforcement action now.
Yeah, and I saw 15 out of 17 cases that has been brought to court as of now, he has involvement in, to the extent that they apparently can ask for his phone records and everything, and that's a lot.
Yeah.
And then you have the people resigning right and left.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
It's,
it's nuts. All of the things, but the missing person case almost sounds very reminiscent of how Delphi was handled in the beginning. We were given such scant information. It was considered an open case, and the way it kind of generated and moved forward at an odd pace and had these odd changes in the sketch is very reminiscent of these sort of after the fact sort of cart before the horse kind of behaviors in investigation.
Yeah, I mean, taking in other departments, if a case gets cold, it's dormant for a number of years. Over here, we have a special unit within the police force that only works cold cases, and they alternate. The cops have a 4 to 5 year within that, and then they are transferred. So there's always new people coming in to get these fresh eyes. And we have done quite well with cold cases over here. But and I tried to talk to a cop friend of mine over there about this. How do you actually do that? Now all of a sudden you get a piece of paper on your desk, more or less. Hey, can you check this? Oh, okay. And it's astounding that you have expertise in everything. Now we can discuss what is an expert. Gang experts, in my opinion.
Sorry. trigger issue.
I watched the damn YSL trial for 2 damn years. And then all of a sudden you have this Florida thing with Alicia Andrews the other week. They didn't even And I was astounded by this, that they didn't proffer their experts in Tampa. And I'm like, say what now? How do you not declare this person? No, and almost the exact same as in Atlanta, Georgia. You see that, oh, where have you worked? Well, I worked patrol, and then I worked over there, and there. Oh, department jumping because nobody wanted to, and all of a sudden you end up in the gang unit. And here you are in court testifying as an expert.
As an expert.
Yeah. And of course it was, oh, what does this song mean?
Oh God. Nik, have I ever told you about the smackdown that the Washington Supreme Court gave to a gang expert over here in Washington? It was case that we had it's probably about 10 years or so ago now, and it was literally about this kind of propensity evidence that in gang related cases they always kind of want to bring this stuff in to suggest, number one, if you're a gang member, then you ascribe to like all the beliefs and philosophies of the gang, and you buy into all of the gang's activities, this sort of like Rico-ish, making everybody in a gang a conspirator. But then also just, making often some rather obscure connections that are alleged to be gang related. Over in my area, we're dealing mostly with Latino gangs, and so they're just inherent. There inevitably ends up being a fair amount of just some of it's kind of racial, some of it's just cultural ignorance. Like there are symbols that are culturally significant in Mexico that perhaps some gang members have adopted that. It's like some gangs have adopted that, but it's not like they own it or something like that. It's just part of a broader cultural tradition in that part of the world. Anyway, this is a little more absurd than that, because what the gang officer had testified to was that one of the reasons he believed these particular defendants were gang members was because they were listening to the Latin Kings. And he's like, this is gang music. Well, one of our Washington Supreme Court justices is a Mexican American man, Justice Stephen Gonzalez, and he took quite issue with this because Latin Kings are like 4-time Grammy nominated. They're like one of the biggest,
yeah. I mean, that's like
artists out there, and he basically is like saying, like, how racist can you be? This is just Mexican music. There's nothing about this that is inherently gang associated. So we just want to take this opportunity to encourage courts to be a little bit more cautious, consider like the bias types of implications that might be residing in this kind of opinion testimony.
I mean, it's the equivalent of Canadians coming down. All of a sudden, you have a Canadian gang. Oh, you wear flannel, don't you?
Yes.
Yeah, that's like me listening to the Latin Kings, and now I'm suddenly an expert. Like, wait a minute, you guys! I bought the entire the discography. I am now a Latin King expert. But Canton, if you still pay $300K for your experts, I am in fact an expert in whatever you want.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, because the standard of experts, I could take a 2-week course and be an expert. Apparently,
I am willing to pay
because
myself
I have a
blue.
certification, and I heard those matter. Are you certified? Oh, yes, I am. It's And in this Florida thing, before I forget about it, one of the co-defendants, who I mean, the evidence is there. I mean, there's no question about it. But this gang expert started talking about this guy. Yeah, he was a part of that gang. Yeah, and then he fallen out and became a part of that gang. Oh, really? Aren't those at war? Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he became a part of a third gang, because apparently hybrid gangs in Tampa, Florida, means you can switch gangs whenever you want.
Oh, I thought they just got better mileage on the highway.
Convenient.
I'm sitting there going, What?
They think that gangs have like an Air Miles plan. You know, you need to like get all of them and rack up points with each one or something.
It's like Pokemon catch all you can. You're going to be a blood crypt Latin king. Like, I'm going to join all the Hogwarts houses. I'm a Slither Hufflepuff. I don't think it works like that.
Oh, I don't. Oh, and apparently, no. He lived at that area where apparently everybody is part of that area gang, and then he moved. He switched apartments or something of the sort. Oh, now he's a part of that gang. I don't think that's how it works. But I'm not a gang expert. What do I know?
I mean, I've only watched 8 Mile once, so I may not be an expert at this. Quick, what did Eminem say?
Yeah, I watched Boys in the Hood way back when.
You and I are experts, Nick.
That qualifies me in Fulton County, apparently. Oh wow! All right, back to Canton. Now you said you watching that. What's his face? Deviant? No.
Yes. Former Chief Deputy Deviant. That's exactly who he is.
Now, so he is the guy who started the youth program, where Sandra Birchmore enlisted. So he saw his cops go there, allegedly groom minors for years under his watch. And he has the audacity.
And he himself participated in it. Now, I want to be clear there, as far as I have seen, there hasn't been anybody has made an allegation that he ever engaged in any kind of sexual contact with anybody that was underage. But he,
drew benefits.
Was very inappropriate, did not maintain good boundaries, did not communicate certain things to parents that parents might want to know about, the access to the children. The children are developing crushes, how do you handle that type of thing? He was described by one of these former explorers as kind of reveling in the attention that he was getting from these teenagers, which is it's just gross, right? That's just so gross on so many levels.
Gross. And as a mandated reporter, I mean, you should be aware. As a police officer, you should be situationally aware enough to realize when things are going a little bit, left of center. And the fact that his ego was so stoked by this, I mean, again, it is so gross. It is such a betrayal of what he's supposed to stand for. And it just shows how it goes all the way up to the top, because by omission, he let this happen.
Yeah. And I keep asking the question, how many more are there out there? Because
I
mean, it's part of the courses I have to take in my area of law, is to recognize, because we have teenagers out in the workplaces. We have to be educated in how does this work? What signs are we to look for? And groomers don't start out as being good at it.
No, and they don't stop.
And they don't stop.
Yeah.
So statistically, logically, there's more. It's like with the Michael Fossler. We know he was a cop back in the 80s. There's testimony about him hanging around schools. And all of a sudden, he shows up 45 years later, grooming, kidnapping, raping. And there's a big blank in between. No. Yeah, we don't know what he did, but we damn sure can draw the conclusion he did not stop. So why is there no trace of it? That's infuriating. I'm good at finding stuff, but it's almost as if it has been cleaned out. And I have people. I mean, people send me stuff all the time. So now I know a lot about his trucking business. I know where he got fined. I know where he got a few tickets, and I'm trying to find out. Okay, does this? Can I start correlating, and then find a causation? But when I contact the local PD, stonewalled. Either it's no, we don't have the records anymore, or we can't give you the records. You have to have a court order. It's infuriating because this is one of these times when the lack of information screams, "What the fuck?" And same here with this situation with Sandra Birchmore. Why is everybody silent?
Yeah,
I got to tell you, I am baffled. I really am, Nick. This prosecution of Matthew Farwell,
Yeah.
it's over a year old, and literally nothing has happened. I've never seen anything like this where they just keep setting a status hearing and kicking it down the road and kicking it down the road.
Yeah.
I don't think he's even entered a plea yet.
Yeah, he got a new charge with the fetus. That's
Yes.
the only thing that happened in a year.
Yeah, the amended indictment came down. So we know they went back to the grand jury, which is kind of interesting, I guess. It's just hard to, it's hard to read into that. Are they looking at other people? Is this part of like a broader sweep? I mean, there's that kind of suspicion, I think, lingering around. Like, well, is that the reason why the delay? Are they trying to are they using him? Are they trying to get information from him? Are they trying to use this case as a springboard for a broader investigation? But just without seeing any kind of action like that, I'm completely at a loss for why is nothing moving forward. And incidentally, by the way, the civil case is stayed while the criminal case is ongoing. So nothing can really happen in that case either, which has got to be extremely frustrating for that family.
Yeah, and I'm asking myself: are the previous, whatever the FBI investigation was surrounding Canton, was it originally Sandra Birchmore? Was it a renewal of the overtime scam? Because now we know that they kind of didn't stop; they just modified it slightly, and that then has evolved and connected together with the Sandra Birchmore and the youth program. But it's like
so who's
talking about the Delphi case
on a RICO case.
Yeah, it's talking about the Delphi case in 2019. You could only guess because there was no damn information.
Yeah.
And it's infuriating.
Yeah.
It should be, and especially since you have Kash Patel, who really likes to talk.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That guy's loose lips are going to cause some issues before his term is up. Mark that prediction.
Yeah, he proclaimed openly, "We are looking into that area for those types of crimes." Oh, great. Good work. Now they know.
Bye. See ya.
Yeah, but as you say, it's infuriating with the amount of secrecy. And I connect that to Michael Fossler, who we know lived in Indiana. He was a police officer an hour from Delphi. He's the same age as Elvis' dad. And both, I believe there is a connection, but I find similarities, but no real connection, because again, where's the damn information? There's steps missing. And it's so damn infuriating with stuff I normally find out, and all of a sudden there's nothing. And folks, I'm good at this. I'm really good at it. So yeah, it is infuriating. Oh, by the way, do you know that Michael Fossler in the Aaron Spencer case that he's from a prominent Freemasons family, of course.
Oh, no kidding.
Ah.
Yeah.
Oh, I was going to go Jesuit.
Yeah. His mother was a part of the Eastern Star, same as family of one of the victim in the Delphi case. I mean, now it's not unusual to have Freemasons in Indiana, apparently.
No,
But it's starting to get weird.
Well, what I will say, I mean, as devil's advocate, is you do have a very small sample size in Carroll Count in, Delphi.
Yeah.
So it would perceive it as a higher density of Masons, whereas it could just be a couple families. So it's not really as ubiquitous as you think. It's just there's so few people that if you have a couple families that are involved.
Yeah, I mean, it's correlation, and correlation isn't causation. And
Yeah.
so but all I find is correlations and no damn causation. Okay, should I just drop it? No, because I know there's information there somewhere. I just haven't found it yet.
Well, causation starts with correlation, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. And gut instincts, or noticing something and being pulled towards something, means that some part of your subconscious is making connections. So I can understand the frustration, but yeah, I mean, usually all hypotheses start with just a gut feeling and a thought that you might be right.
I mean, most things in science is discovered by, I wonder what happens if I do this. And same with theories of crimes. This is weird. I need to look into it. Some things are obvious. You just need to connect the wires and then flip the switch. You flip the switch and you discover, oh, the wires. No, it was dog poo. Let's ignore physics in the Karen Reed case. Let's just ignore it, because at 34 Fairview, the laws of physics really doesn't apply, according to the state, because science and stuff.
Everything is suspended in Canton. All of the rules are suspended in Canton, even the rules of physics.
Yeah.
I mean, I honestly, it is my conjecture that it's illegal to drive sober in Canton.
Only if you're a cop. Only if you're a cop.
Yeah.
The amount I see when the Canton, the police department say, we are going to an extra control of roadside controls over there this month, and I'm keep thinking to myself, well, that is it too? Are you telling your colleagues to not go there? Why is this a warning? Drive everywhere else but there. But the amount of cops I mean, is there anybody in the Karen Reed trial that didn't drive drunk? Maybe John.
Colin got a ride.
Yeah, Colin got a ride.
Wait,
Colin got a ride.
Deputy, I always want to call her D Nice. The one that was like, I have a false memory of, where the
Dever.
computer was.
Dever. She's like, it's Dever. So now I just call her Dever out of spite.
Yeah, I call her Jaqueline, from the Key and Peele, like D Nice.
How do you say? De-groovy.
Dever. Officer Dever.
I think she was sober, but she did go into a fugue state. So I don't know what Freud would have to say about that. Probably she didn't breastfeed long enough. That can be the only explanation for that one.
Yeah. And then you have this rookie cop, DeVere, and up to Commissioner Cox. What the fuck? And what was it he said in that interview?
Nick,
I'm not going to answer that question anymore.
You need to not ask me that anymore. He literally says you need to not ask me that anymore.
I have got to get a job in
You need to
Canton.
be asked that every single time your face is shown in public.
Yeah. I mean, talk about the Streisand effect. I mean, what did he expect happened when he lied? And all of a sudden, here you have the literal email from FBI. We are going to check on this woman. And the day after, he calls her in for a meeting.
Mm-hmm.
It's right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And he said, I don't know. I had no discussion with that woman, Miss DeVere.
Well, it's just the arrogance and the entitlement that's it's so astonishing. I mean, I'm not unaccustomed to seeing that in law enforcement, but it just seems so widespread and normal in Massachusetts. Like, it's almost like they're not even ashamed of it, because they have this expectation, like they can't even see outside their own perspective to realize how bad it makes them look.
It's almost like everyone has tacitly agreed in Canton or Massachusetts, we are lying to you. You know we're lying to you, but we're going to accept it. It's like they've formed this kind of symbiotic relationship of lying and domination.
Yeah.
And hey, if that's your kink, Canton, I am here for you. But it is not June anymore. Could you stop doing this? Like, save it for June.
Hey, what we get it wrong 1 out of 5 times, but we get it right 1 out of 5 times too. The rest is just a coin flip. No. Oh, you got a shout out on Rumble, Andrea. Apparently you have a Rumble channel.
Oh, do I?
Yeah.
I must have forgotten about that. I haven't.
You sound like
Rumble
me.
so
Oh
much.
yeah, they say that she hasn't posted it in about 2 years.
Yeah, I found Rumble to be so user unfriendly that I think I at one point I had it like linked up with my YouTube, and I think I just stopped following up on it. So thank you.
Yeah. Now the Rumble Studios have improved severely the last year.
Have they?
Yeah.
Oh, they have?
So,
I need to give it a try.
yeah, I mean, once in a while I stream from Rumble Studios. Now, the bad part is I can't pre-plan. I just start and then it shows up. So nobody gets forewarned. All of a sudden, hey, Nick has a stream, which kind of defeats the purpose. Yeah. What else have happened in Canton that we haven't? Yeah, we don't have structure here, folks. If you haven't noticed, we just talk. Now, who was the former police chief's son resigned?
Oh, Berkowitz, yeah.
Berkowitz.
Berkowitz Jr.
And that came out of a bit of a left field, because, as I said, I expected Tully, Buchanan, that group of people to start wiggling around. Mm-hmm. So that came out of left field with I mean, that makes me. Why? Can we get the? We need to see.
Okay, I have a theory.
Yeah.
Okay, it was a very ill-conceived Halloween costume in which he went as David Berkowitz, and people were really upset. And he's like, "No, it's the Summer of Sam." So, you know. I don't know. It just tickles me pink that, the irony of having the last name Berkowitz in charge of a very corrupt town in New England. As George Lucas says, history doesn't repeat, but it rhymes, and I love it.
Yeah, I mean, sooner or later we are going to find out at least traces of what's in that damn phone. Because there are criminal cases, there will be motions, there will be hearings. Hopefully there will be hearings with a camera. We will find out. But until then, it's just... I wonder if it's like in Delphi, where our wildest guesses and speculations turned out to be... Well, after trial, it was so much worse. so much worse than I could ever imagine. I'm going on Saturdays. Most Saturdays, I'm reading from the pre-trial transcripts and trial transcripts and stuff like that, and it just gets worse.
Yeah, you're ahead of me because I still am not at a point where I can take it. I've been wanting to go back and look specifically at the contempt stuff, when the sort of side mission to distract the defense team from being able to, prepare a defense. Let's make them defend this other thing instead. But then just the whole, issue with the leaks and stuff like that. It's such a kind of fascinating side story to the whole situation of what happened in that case. But I don't think I can take any more of Jerry Holman right now. I really don't. I had
very valid.
I have something that might help, because every time I read testimony from Jerry Holman, I present myself as Arthur Holman, his third cousin by inbred marriage. But you can call him A Holman.
Yeah.
And I actually have a face mask. Have you seen it?
Mm-mm.
Hold on.
Oh boy. See, I appreciate these little tricks to keep it light, because I think that's what you got to do. I mean, Delphi is such a if the conventional, like, the mask, the laughing or the crying is kind of your ordinary binary, the Delphi is to the extreme of like the hysterical giggling versus like stabbing yourself in the eyeballs with a pair of scissors.
Hello, my name is Arthur Holman.
Did you get that from Timu? Also, do you wear that during the coof? Because I would wear that as a face mask if asked to go on a Delta airplane.
You should be very, very happy I cut out the nose part of this.
You could have been Cyrano de Bergerac, only in a weird one.
Oh yeah, not that one.
Okay. Hey, it's the Netflix new Cyrano.
Yeah, but I mean, reading from that damn, it takes a toll, because you see the things that we were never told. Mm-hmm. Okay, why did that happen? And you can see, and the absolute disregard of ethics from Judge Gull, where impeaching, the defense wants to impeach one witness. No, you can't read from the transcript. Prosecution said, we want to impeach this witness. And Gull says out loud, well, you can read from the transcript.
Nick, it was like a minute apart. I remember this from the courtroom. I remember when that happened. It was like a minute apart between when you had to impeach this way versus you had to impeach that way. It was essentially, it just became very clear that the defense was not allowed to impeach, period. It didn't matter what the technique was. The technique wasn't the issue. The issue was it's the defense doing it.
Yeah. And the same happened in the pre-trial hearings. Same over and over again. Judge, we need to impeach him with this information. No. And I mean, I know the appeals team. They will send in the entire transcript if they now get the entire transcript, because they're outstanding. They have the Franks motion and the exhibits from the Franks motion that are still not in the hands of the appeals attorneys.
I know. I am.
Even though there's a court order now, they have like a few days left.
Yeah.
To actually
Jody's scrambling now to look in the dark corners of that desk to find that thumb drive.
Yeah. And just the amount of inaudibles in the transcripts are insane. And I also, I mean, once in a while you discover, okay, they talk, they have arguments, you have a witness, and all of a sudden you can see in the transcript it's a clear break where something, you don't have the bridge between that and the next. And it's so, I mean, I've been reading all I do is reading damn documents. So you get this, oh, no, something's not right. I don't think it's a complete transcript at all. First of all, you don't have the original safekeeping transcript. Now, it might be that we, the public, got another version than the appeals attorneys. It might be that. But it should be the same.
It should.
And in the original safekeeping ex parte hearing is missing. It's pissing me the fuck off.
It's galling at underneath that such glibness, such carelessness was paid to two young girls that everyone on that team has used as both a cudgel and a shield to beat us with. These were poor innocent girls, taken by a monster, and yet you guys did such a piss poor, lackadaisical job on this investigation, and you want us to believe that you're the good guys. It is maddening. It is maddening to stand on that bridge, right next to the river, hear how easily sound carries, how incredibly difficult this would be to pull off in the middle of broad daylight as your very first crime. Again, this is a high risk thing. One man, two girls, having to, according to the Franks motion, dress and undress at least one of them in cold, wet clothing. This is incredible. If you've tried to dress a toddler when they just get out of the bathtub, this is hard. For one to be exsanguinated, one not to be, to move the bodies. And then to have the skin pigmentation of a me in the middle of a dark night, you are going to be able to see, if I were nudish, which do with that what you will, internet, but still, you would see my pale behind from space.
Yeah. And everybody say, no, we were at the other bank. We
they
looked over there and saw nothing.
It just, none of this has made sense from the get-go. And there is nothing more infuriating to me than when you insult my intelligence.
Yeah.
And this has been a con pulled on the entire justice system.
Yeah.
In my name.
And then you have the Holman deposition, where he outright say that the two sketches are the same person. And he says it without shame. He says that these two are the same person.
Yeah.
Yeah, one's Donny Osmond the early years, and then one's after he fell on, a hard addiction to spam.
And one of them is described as a 40-plus person. The other one is described as a 20-something tall, handsome guy with poofy hair.
Beautiful. His face was beautiful.
Yeah. and I'm just astounded. Now, I do believe that Jerry Holman is a medical moron.
He's a thinking enthusiast, is what I say. They, for a hobby, sometimes they think they might play a little Sudoku if they feel, but that brain is not groovy. It's pretty much flat. It's got like one or two grooves. They're thinking enthusiasts, they're hobbyists, but they don't do it every day.
Yeah, as M169, the Crime Con gave him Investigator of the Year. The same person who looked into Keegan Klein's phone, saw the accounts, saw the grooming, saw the pictures, and decided, no, let's let this guy walk, and for an additional 3.5 years until another department caught him, grooming CP worse. And that guy is investigator of the year.
It's always
I-
at the base, it's always confused me. This case has always confused me because if we go with Rick Allen, and look, I just am a person that thinks about a lot of things. For this to be a first crime and for him to have nothing, they've got all of his devices. He has not a lick of CP on there. He doesn't have weird pictures because that would have been something that the prosecution, Nick McClelland, him of the imaginary keyboard, would love to put out there. For him to go from zero, it just never made sense to me for him to go from zero to this very, very high risk, high intensity crime.
You would expect him to have a search history reminiscent of Rex Hoyerman.
Yes,
do this
that's
kind
the
of thing.
kind of
Yeah.
you would and it doesn't go with his very codependent personality. He has picked his primary codependence. He's not going to look for other people. He has his orbit now. He has his gravity. So the FBI profile is something I would really like to get my hands on. I wish I had, computer matrix powers like Neo, but I don't. But it would be really interesting to see before the FBI got truncated from the case where they were going with things, because I do believe that there is a reason that the FBI was told not to come on. So, or to back off. I believe that they were going in a completely different and possibly more Odinist leaning, and they were told to back off.
Yeah. I mean, how do you select things to point out for the appeals court when everything is a clusterfuck? That must be the
Yeah.
hard thing. Now, I had Bob here. No, I was on Andy Kopsa, and Bob showed up, and I mentioned the safekeeping order. The very fact that it was ex parte, Rick wasn't allowed there. His attorney at the time was not allowed there. They didn't even notify them before, during, or after. That in itself should, in my opinion, be one of the biggest appeals bullet points, because everything happened through there. If not for that, there's no confession. Without that, there's no prison. So if they conclude that it's a fruit of the poisonous tree, then everything in prison is gone. And whatever happened in that prison, because we don't know who. We know that Monica Walla took in the notes and submitted them. We don't know who wrote them. Was
Now-
it prison guards with Odin spear? Was it inmates who were Vinlanders? Who wrote the damn notes? We don't know, because it's gone.
Well, also the impediments placed upon a defense. This was an inherently unfair. I mean, I've talked to Kara Winicky, because I'm not a lawyer, but I asked her, is this normal for defense attorneys to have this much of a difficult time to try to communicate with to be videotaped, to be, watching their mouths? I mean, all of this should have been immediately when Judge Gull found out that the prison guards were taping, attorney-client meetings. This should have been a no-go. She should have absolutely, she finally, when pushed, beyond, hey, this is really, really bad, she finally said, hey, guys, could you stop videotaping him? But all of it
Yeah.
has been a cluster F. So you're right. But he was denied the very basic defense of being able to participate. I mean, Judge Gohl was okay with him not even being in the courtroom when she was trying to fire his defense. I mean, isn't that appealable?
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
how to select if you only have, what is it, 43 pages?
Yeah, I mean that's really a big part of the challenge, and when you have like a laundry list of potential issues, you have to prioritize. Realistically, you kind of have to do that anyway, just because if you bury the court and all the problems, they're more likely to get lost kind of on the way to finding the pathway to giving you what you're looking for. So the more that you can keep it really clear and specific, generally the chance you're going to have of having some kind of success with that. But you have to weigh that against, you as the appellate attorney, especially when you're appointed counsel, you have a duty to raise things to preserve your client's rights, because some things to be able to pursue post-conviction relief, to be able to go to federal court and ask for habeas petition relief, like you have to go through the appeal process with that in order to preserve your ability to do that. So it can just become a very, very complicated calculation. It's very strategic. What has the most favorable standard of review? These issues with the denial of counsel, like literal no counsel there, these are potentially strong from a standard of review standpoint because your right to counsel is fundamental. It's crystal clear. And so it's often a structural error when they're not allowed to be there. The problem is that the court is going to be philosophically so antagonistic to the idea that we should give this guy a new trial because 2 years before his trial or a year and a half before his trial, there was this hearing that wasn't on the substance of the case where he didn't have a lawyer. They don't want to have to undo. And the preference on appeal is always going to be, we want to preserve the status quo. We don't want to have to go back and do all this over again. So especially if it's a hearing where they're just going to be looking for outs, and so with something like the safekeeping hearing, they have the fact that it's not substantive. They have the fact that it was so far before the trial process. They have the fact that he did get attorneys after that. They have the fact that they can just argue that his condition was like an intervening circumstance, and that didn't necessarily flow from the fact that he was put in prison. There were prison decisions that were made that the court didn't have any control over, the parties didn't have any control over, and it just, happened to turn out that way. Balancing all of those types of considerations with things like, he's also got a right to put on his defense. And I mean, not just the third party culprit stuff, which is pretty strong, but like just basic things like the metallurgist, metallurgist is there to talk about freaking magic bullet.
Denying the FBI agent to testify about Weber.
Yeah. So a lot of those issues, those are much more to like the substance and the core of what is the facts of the case. But they're a much less favorable standard of review. Evidentiary stuff is typically reviewed for an abuse of discretion, and so it's much harder to meet this standard as the appellant to show that no reasonable judge could have thought that this was an appropriate ruling. So it's a lot of different cards to balance to build a successful castle that will win you an appeal.
Yeah, I have the notion that the system of appeals were never designed for a case like this.
Yeah.
Because the presumption is that the judge is fair.
Yeah.
And unbiased. And in this case, which far exceeds, I mean, when we tell people we wish we had Judge Bev, we're not joking. Because at least she allowed things in.
No, I have never been more disappointed in the state Supreme Court than when they did not take Judge Gohl off after they ruled that her shenanigans with the defense dismissal were over the bounds. I mean, at that point, she had, in my opinion, stepped so far over what she was allowed to do and showed her partiality in such a way that it was noticeable to even a lay person, that I thought for sure the state was going to step in and at least get someone else in there, but they didn't. So
Yeah, I had little faith in the Indiana Supreme Court, and I mean it's exactly like you said. There was no check on her at all. I mean she got rebuked pretty hard on the whole issue of the public access to the documents. Right, she's keeping this stuff off of the court record, things that are plainly under the law supposed to be docketed. The public is supposed to be able to get them. And there's like 100 of them that she's got in a drawer somewhere or something. I mean it was just ridiculous. They make it crystal clear, here's what the rules are, and the judge, she didn't care. She was going to do whatever she wanted to do. And I have used the word psychopathic to describe Judge Gull, and I don't think that is wrong. I really don't. The more time has gone by and the more time I've had to kind of reflect about just the demeanor that she had on the courtroom, her irritability, the fact that she had this sense of entitlement, the sense of grandiosity. She was going to do what she wanted to do. She's not going to be corrected by this higher court. And just the sadistic pleasure that she really did seem to take in depriving this man of his ability to present a defense to these charges. It's a real problem, and it's something that I think we maybe don't take seriously enough. The attraction of these positions of power to people that have this type of personality.
It is just like politicians, the HOA, presidents. I mean, these are the type of people that enjoy having power, enjoy, making other people feel small. And we honestly need to start thinking about maybe having some personality test, like maybe giving the Michigan or the Minnesota multiphasic to both our judges and our politicians. Although, to be fair, we already know most of them are sociopaths. So, but we can figure out what flavor.
Now, if you ever were a serial killer who doesn't like to have their hands dirty, judge, prosecutor, cop, you're protected. It's on your discretion to send people off to the death penalty, more or less, if you choose to conduct the trial that way. And there are a bunch of people who have been sent to death row who were exonerated post-execution. And people who die in prison, life in prison, who dies there, who later on, it wasn't them. And I'm not saying that Judge Gull is a serial killer, but that's kind of the effect. Because this one is the one we know about. She's been a judge for 20 odd years. Who else? It's like when we say, how many more Sandra Birchmores are there? How many more Rick Allen are there?
Yeah,
exactly.
And it's so insidious because it feeds on this very good, very moral kind of desire to find justice, this desire to find the monster that did this to these girls. But the problem is that most people can't hold two things in their mind at once. They can't hold, we think we found the guy, but he's presumed innocent. And the prosecution knew that. They knew as soon as they found whoever, there was going to be this section of people that, because of their sort of naivety or maybe their lack of involvement in the legal sort of realm, that will just go with the basis of prosecutors would never bring this unless they had evidence. This is the guy. Of course it's the guy. And they're feeding on that naivety and that sort of kind of hopeful desire and what our justice system is supposed to be. And it pisses me off to no end that they are able to then cynically use that against, maybe kind-hearted people who haven't been in that world for a long time. And it just is so irritating how they are able to shade things and use that against that. And it's very interesting to see the disconnect between the mainstream media and then us independent content creators. Because if you watch Nancy Grace, he was guilty before he was, she knowed it. She
knew she was in the courtroom for a good 30 minutes.
Well, that's all that Ursula can be away from the sea.
Then you have murder shits and HTC and
those.
Yeah, which brings the leaked pictures. Where did they actually come from? And the more information that finally starts to seep out, no, it really doesn't seem like it came from the defense. It's unnerving to the extent they were prepared to get rid of the defense attorneys.
I think they were banking on getting 2 public defenders who were not going to do anything, weren't going to dig in. And I'll be the first to admit that when the Franks memo came out, I was like, man, bear, pig, I wanted to like you, defense. I wanted to like you. But then you read through the Franks memo and I'm like, when is the Odin report coming out? I want the Odin report. I want everything that the FBI was looking at, because what was going on here?
And why do we only have the 13-page summary? Where is the 80-page report? I would pay a month's salary if somebody got a verified of the original Odin report. I'm not joking. Now, a month's salary in Sweden is different from a month's salary in the United States. Let's just say that we have 60% cost of living over here. Let's just say that. But let's after taxes, 2,500.
Except you got to spend a lot more on booze than we do over here.
Yeah, we do. And speaking of booze, the Wheel of Regrets is in play, folks. The Wheel of Regrets is at play. Now, I've added one thing because I got my lord.
Bless your heart.
So, combined $50 buys you a spin on the Wheel of Regrets. It's super chats, it's gifted memberships, it's via PayPal, or buy me a coffee. Now, we will keep talking anyways. So, and of course, as I always say, it's always appreciated, never necessary.
Yeah.
All right, where were we?
And Sleuthy Goosey, thank you for doing all of the collating and stuff, because with 6 kids and a short attention span, it's nice to have it all in one place. So thank you. You're doing yeoman's work. I appreciate it so much, because it's like, wait, where is Laura Owens and Rick Allen and Young? Where are we supposed to be? I don't even know.
Yeah. We were supposed to talk about, but when we 3 get together, it kind of gets back to Delphi.
Yeah, everything always leads back to Delphi.
Yeah. Now, Sleuthy asked, which on the panel believes Rick Allen is innocent? Now, yeah, I do. But to make it easier to argue, I say not guilty, because claiming innocence means we have a burden. We don't.
No, and I do think
I believe affirmatively Rick Allen did not do it, and by that standard, I believe he's innocent. I believe he didn't do it.
I just don't physicality wise, I don't see it being possible in the time allotted for it. I don't see any of this being possible. And, you know, it doesn't make sense to me. Now, if you were to say that Israel Keys had done this, if you were to say that the I-40 unaliver had done this, if you were to say that the same person who took, what is it, Lyric, and what is the other child's name from, there were two children on bicycles. One of the children's name was Lyric. I think it was in maybe Iowa. It was a case that was it was where the phone was also geocached close to another abduction. It's so close to a major transit area, and the way the sound travels, you would have to be intimately familiar, able to get in and out, but also be able to leave.
Yeah, we went there on that damn trail in August. There are leaves everywhere, the trees are green, and we still heard everything that was going on around that trail.
Yeah. Isn't
And
it
this
incredible? When I
Yeah.
went out there, I was shocked at how much road noise there is.
Yeah.
You can hear the highway right there,
I mean,
there on the trails.
okay, I know this is pure speculation, but it has always struck me the very similarities that this has to the West Memphis 3.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, I mean, I know that there's still a lot of speculation on that case, but it's always struck me how very similar with the proximity to a highway, with the, you know, kind of wooded area that only, you know, locals kind of know, but it's something that is kind of common knowledge for the locality. So it's always struck me that there is this commonality through it. And if you were a truck driver, you might know these things. So, I mean, that's always just struck me as the similarities, not that, like, not
Yeah.
Miss Cleo. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And people who haven't been there, it's really close to the city center. I mean, it's a 2-minute drive.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we limped through the town of Delphi in 10 minutes.
yes.
And then we got lost because I trusted Mo. We got lost
I
on a
told you,
paved
you should never
sidewalk.
trust me. But, and here's the other thing that just, I'm sorry, but even in a CW stupid ass teen drama, one mother effing cop would have noticed, hey, you know that CBS guy that we always run into when we're going to get lice stuff? Doesn't he kind of look like, you know, that picture? I mean,
Doesn't
there's
he
like
sound
15
like the-
people.
20 people are like, oh, hey, that's Ron Logan. Not a single one.
It's like,
Yeah.
hey, have you...
Yes, guy.
Yeah, no one was like, hey, remember that weird looking guy from because look, I am telling y'all, if I live in Delphi and this happened, I'm going up to every man, talking my recorder, say down the hill. Like Rick Allen has to simultaneously be the best and most perfect killer to lay low, not show any signs, but then simultaneously the stupidest person to go to a DNR officer and put himself directly in the crime. It make it make sense. While two things can be true at the same time, the burgeoning criminal mastermind fits with Brian Kohberger's personality and behavior so much better than Rick Allen. It just, none of this has ever fit for me.
Hold on while I just do one of these things here. Keep talking, please.
Oh, I was...
I'm just putting together in very, very interesting thing here because I can't find the collage at the moment. But there is, let's see here.
I will say that I think that the one thing that we really have to fight against when it comes to the Richard Allen is free is because there are so many people that can't hold two ideas in their head at the same time. We want Richard Allen free. It isn't a blanket statement that means that we don't want someone else to pay. No, we would like to find the person. But the sad truth is because the investigation was so lackluster at the beginning, we might never find that person. And that's the true tragedy. That's why we are fighting for Richard Allen innocent. It's not a, single variable. We want
Mo
Oh,
froze
justice
on
for the
us.
girl.
Oh, there she is. Oh, wait.
There-
Girls infuriating because
Hi, Mo. Welcome back.
yeah, sorry. My kids are like, "Do we have to get off the Wi-Fi?" I'm like, "Yes, could you stop playing Skibbity Toilet for about an hour and then you can go back to Skibbity Toileting." I don't understand it, but it's their
Well, Mo, kind of, along the lines of what you were talking about with kind of the ability to hold two ideas in one mind. I've honestly, there's this idea that I've had in the back of my mind for a while, and I'd like to research it. I've just never gotten around to it. But I'm really interested in kind of personality types and different characteristics and how they might line up with processing a case, processing information, reacting to the things like the presumption of innocence and so forth. And I have a hypothesis that part of this distinction that you're getting at, the ability to hold two things in your mind at one time. This is going to be more consistent with somebody who's a perceiving type of characteristic, type of personality versus a judging. And I think it's the judging characteristic that might be a little bit more of a challenge when it comes to maintaining that presumption of innocence and stuff like that. Of course, the challenge there is that the majority of people are judging type.
Yeah.
That's the most prevalent of that particular breakdown. So I don't know if there's been any scholarship on that. But
I do wonder
if that does hold. It seems to me to be like a real practical problem when it comes to how do you overcome that maybe natural inclination to get people to hold back on that judging instinct and wait to hear the evidence and the trial.
I will say, I wonder if there's been any scholarly paperwork done on the burden shift, because a lot of people are now anticipating, and I don't know if it's because of CSI or Law and Order, but a lot of people are now waiting for you to prove yourself innocent, and they don't understand that. And it's something that's kind of hard to get when you're new to trials. Like, well, shouldn't the defense be doing something? And it's a really kind of hard concept to grasp that they don't have to do anything. So we almost need to go back to a civics class to really kind of explain this. But I wonder if they have done a sort of study of how people are perceiving that burden shift, if this has been something that has been kind of alive and well in juries the entire time, and it's more of a Pollyanna pie in the sky thing to believe that someone can hold this kind of innocent until proven guilty, or if this is something that is definitely accelerated within the last couple years because of technology, because of all of the dramas and sort of everyone wanting that Matlock moment, when trials really aren't that most of the time. So I would like to see that.
I think that's a really good question, and just the modern, the modern kind of implications of it. I will say anecdotally, this is one of the reasons why I'm the outlier in the among the criminal defense lawyers. I absolutely want my client to testify if at all possible, if this can happen. And it's just because I know the jury wants to hear from them, and I have one more cases putting my client on the stand than I have not putting my client on the stand. There is some, scholarship on that I read about it in Saul Kassen's book "Duped," which is about false confessions. It's a fascinating book.
Okay.
It's got a lot of the research on false confessions and the way that those can affect a trial. It's a great read. But anyway, he talks a little bit about that as well, about just kind of the realities of this presumption of innocence. It's a great principle, but when it comes to the actual nitty gritty practicing of it, people just aren't very good at it. And there will be these discrepancies when they look at like mock trials and things like that, or do, post trial surveys and stuff. The jury can be told, they can be told, you can't hold it against them, but there's just something in them that makes them reach that conclusion anyway.
I'll be very honest. Brian Kohberger, having not even looked at the case because I was waiting for the trial, I will tell you that he was deeply unsettling to me. Now, the way the blank stare, the sort of lack of affect. Now, I do understand that he did have or was on the spectrum, but there's no point in denying that he has a very deeply unsettling sort of persona. And as a defense attorney, how do you manage that? Do you have him doing notes? Do you have him interacting? But there is the reality that as these trials become more of almost a sporting event, if you will, with, trial watches and things like that, that optics are going to be a big thing. So I know that I wasn't greatly received when I said Brian Kohberger was deeply creepy to me. But I am able to say he can be deeply creepy. I can profile him if I'm in a Walmart aisle with him, but still want the state to prove things.
Well, and the reality is that for me, if I'm the defense lawyer, it would be really stupid for me to disregard input like that, whether I agree with it or not. There's going to be a risk that jurors are going to perceive them that way. And if I can't objectively look at the situation and gauge like, hey, we've had this relationship that we've developed over years that's close because we've had all these conversations and I'm one of the only people that can talk to you in jail. And there's a relationship that forms through that. So maybe I see a side of this person that the random public isn't going to see. To not appreciate those types of things would be foolhardy, because you have to have a plan. That's got to factor into your decision about, from a cost benefit standpoint, what am I gaining? What are we gaining if you get on the stand versus what's the potential risk of it? And if the potential risk is going to be, as soon as this guy opens his mouth, he's going to creep us all out and we're going to, we're going to want to close our ears and assume the worst about him, then you might have been better, not putting him on the stand in the first place.
Yeah, and I will say that there are some defense attorneys that are very cognizant of this. If you look at the Crumbly female attorney who went out of her way to kind of explain, Jennifer's sort of closed off and kind of short demeanor, and then she kind of got her to where, she seemed to be answering in a more human fashion and got her loosened up. And then, God, well, bless her heart, Jennifer Crumbly decided to shoot herself just in both feet and watch herself exsanguinate out on the floor. But I mean, there are those things, and I do wonder if moving forward, there is going to be more of a need for lawyers to understand these optics, for law schools to kind of go or have a class where, because I do think that sometimes lawyers forget that they are playing to the jury. Because you guys understand when, a lawyer makes another mistake in all the Latin where I want to call things, ducus nukem, things instead of ducus tecum, although I still think ducus nukem would be funnier. But there are things that I think that there would be a better place for lawyers to understand how things are perceived, because there is a very big gap, I think. I think that, like, Hank Brennan. Hank Brennan thought he was doing a good job, but he did not connect. He was very astringent, very irritating, the tonal quality of his voice. So there are a lot of things that you can do as an attorney that can shoot you in the foot if you're not aware of how you're perceived. And I do foresee that being, as trials become more of a spectator sport and more kind of profitable, that there is going to be a bigger need for lawyers to become essentially actors almost and really be able to read a room, which some of them are very, very good at, but some of them are very, very poor at. And I do feel like that is going to become a bigger part of law. So, hey, theater kids, go into law.
No, I think you're absolutely right. I think anybody, I mean, going back to like Jerry Spence, one of the best trial lawyers in America, just will frankly acknowledge there's a performative aspect to this. It is a stage. It's different from a stage in that the connection that you build with the audience is a little bit different, but it is that same, like a good actor on stage is one who is able to build a connection with the audience, even though there's no exchange happening. There's no, all you're getting is, maybe feedback from the expressions in the front row or something like that. But at the same time, if you're paying too much attention to the audience, it's going to take you out of, your place, your mindset. So there's just, some people will have a lot of natural skill in the courtroom. Like they'll already kind of have this ability to be able to connect. They'll know how to tell a story. They'll know how to be able to see if it's landing with the jury or not. They'll be able to shift on the fly if they see that certain things aren't working. And some of those skills I think they're trainable. But it's like any skill, it's like a sport, like any Olympic sport. Like, yeah, the sports are trainable, but some people are always going to have these gifts that take them up to the elite level. And I think you see that a lot with trial attorneys, the folks that you see at the real peak of their game, the best of the best, are that combination of people who understand both the technique and the strategy, those trainable types of things, but they also just have some type of gift that it's hard to put your finger on. You just know it when you encounter it.
But it's very interesting to see how the gift manifests differently. Just like Siobhan said, AJ, Alessi, and Yannetti were all very, very different. And I found myself maybe liking Alessi more because I very much liked that he would clearly define what he was talking about. And I loved that because there is such a disconnect with just the very words. And I'm so nerdy. I'm like, oh, we're getting pedantic. I'm like, ooh, talk pedantic to me.
That whole ability to connect with the witness over vocabulary, to be able to set the stage for just how we are going to interact here in this environment through vocabulary. So I want you to understand I am an equal on this expertise level, because we speak the same language, and we are going to together educate the jury about this field of your expertise. I enjoyed that very, very much.
I know he always lost me with like, hey, let's do mental math. I was like, Mr. Alessi, you are breaking the cardinal rule of lawyers not mathing.
And see, I love this. I love this read on the team because I do. I think they're all extremely skilled lawyers. But like you said, all very different. And for me, I will always have a soft spot for David Yannetti. I love just the warmth that David Yannetti has. He has that, mass hole, I guess, for lack of a better way to put it, kind of characteristic. Like he doesn't seem like a soft guy. He seems like kind of hard, kind of tough, like wouldn't necessarily want to run into him in an alley, but I'm not, I'm not worried. I'm not afraid of him.
No. And it's funny because Alan Jackson is an a-hole in a different way. Mm-hmm. He's a little slicker. He's a little more polished. And it is interesting to see how these I'm a people watcher at heart. So I love to see the sort of strategy. And I love to see Miss Little step into her voice and not use the sort of quavery female voice and kind of, because I think she did so much better on the second trial with kind of just being confident and really just taking her place up there. And that's kind of the thing that gets me geeked out. I'm like, look at her. She's using her big girl voice. I'm so proud of her.
Hey, break a leg, Steve. I saw Steve's got a trial. Break a leg, Steve.
Yeah, break a leg, Steve.
And take some time for yourself this weekend.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I try to. Steve has more or less logged out of all of the LawTube things. I had him on a couple of weeks ago, trying to talk about. I think we tried to talk about the Laura Owens case. But it's one of these cases. How do you describe a clusterfuck?
You guys are going to have to educate me about this case because I don't know much about this case. The only thing I know about this case is that
I'm kind of in the same boat.
Like this woman is the twin sister of Darcy Esamanu, who's also over there in Maricopa County, and she's the one who ran this same sort of gig on Trevor Bauer and some other guy as well. And so she's also facing felony charges for ginning up a fake pregnancy and all of this type of stuff for blackmail purposes. It's wild.
Maricopa County, what the hell is wrong
over
with
there
you?
in Arizona?
Oh, well, Laura Owens is the daughter of prominent radio host from the 80s, 90s, noughts. Also, I have no idea who that guy is, but apparently he made a fortune being a radio host in that area 20, 30 years ago. Now, it started about a decade ago that we know of with Mike Maracchini. They dated for a few months. He discovered she was, no. And she could not accept it. So I'm pregnant with twins. You have to, and it's spiraled with accusations of SA and violence and DV and termination. There's emails talking about not only one of these termination pills, but 3 of them. But they all failed. Yeah. And then it's too big of a case. I mean, it's so much, but looking outside looking in, it's obvious. She faked a cancer diagnosis against this poor guy.
Ooh, never good. Never good. The cancer scam is never good.
Yeah, so it's pregnancy scam, cancer scam. And, well, after a while, he couldn't, no, I'm out. So she files for a temporary restraining order. And he, of course, as a normal functioning human being, he has no idea she did it. And she got it first time in 2017. Then it was renewed in 2020 for 5 years. He tried to oppose it, but at the end, no, I can't deal with it. I'll just stay the fuck away from this woman.
Yeah.
I can't deal with it. And now she wanted a permanent DVRO. Sorry, I need to. A permanent, which spectacularly failed just a few days ago. Meanwhile, Greg Gillespie in 2021, same story. They went on 3 dates when he told her, I'm pregnant with twins. And all over again. And
she's
then
extremely fictionally fertile.
Yeah,
sounds like it.
And then you have the big case. Clayton Eckert, the former bachelor from the Bachelor show. He was looking for a house. She got her realtor's license a few weeks before. They went over there. Well, it's BJ.
That kind of showing.
Yeah, but there's more
Not
to
only
it, of
the
course.
house was on display.
It was the first case of immaculate oral conception.
God.
Yeah, and he called her the day after. This was unprofessional of me. I was just looking for a house. One thing led to another. I invited you to my place, and twice BJ in one night. And what does she do? I'm pregnant. With
Literally
twins.
the day after, Andrea, like, she's a chick. She should know that, at least it takes 2 weeks. Now, I'm somewhat of an expert on positive pregnancy tests and birth control not working. That being said, it still takes about 2 weeks from actual implantation, not conception, before your body produces enough HCG for it to be noticeable on a test strip. So she would have been impregnated 2 weeks prior to that if she had been actually positive, the next day.
Like
Yeah.
the
Now-
next day.
And I don't know about any test known to man that can determine its twins within 3 weeks of the conviction. The deed, especially unless she has a pipeline from her mouth to her vagina. No. Now, of course, she could have saved it and turkey pasted it, and I mean, I've heard of those cases too. When yeah, but in this case, and well, she showed up. Now she went through 8 attorneys, I think.
Just like Sarah Boone.
That's impressive.
Yeah, and she ended up with David. Can you say the last name first? David S. Hi, MG.
Hey, what's up?
Can you? Hey, we are talking about Laura Owens.
Yeah.
Can you first pronounce her lawyer's name? Her final lawyer.
His last name is Gingras.
Yeah, David Gingras.
Ginger S. Okay.
But I'm Swedish. I have sometimes hard time pronouncing names. Well, and this David, let's just say David for the time being, wholeheartedly believed Laura. They showed up in, what was it, in November of 2024 with an enormous baby bump, of course.
Well, she was pro se at the time.
Oh, she was pro se at the time.
And one of them that she had an attorney. And the Gingras didn't come along until like March of 2024. So this hearing you're talking about with the baby bump was, I believe, at the end of October of 2023.
Yeah.
At one of the protective order or injunction against harassment hearings. And she's seen like adjusting it all throughout the
yeah, at one point,
as one does.
Yeah, at one point, I
Right
covered one of her boobs. I mean, it was quite hilarious.
Yeah, it was like up above, like up in her, almost up to her throat at one point.
Not to mention,
it's where she's most comfortable.
Then she has a miscarriage. Now,
yeah,
according to that bump size.
Yeah, she had a miscarriage. First, she said in October, November, and then the defense clearly pointed out, well, if you have that kind of late, you need a death certificate because that's technically stillborn.
That's a stillbirth, yeah.
After 20 weeks in Arizona, you have to have a death certificate.
Yeah, and magically, it happened in June instead.
Yeah, and you
3
actually
months.
have to deliver these babies. I mean, at that point, if you have a stillbirth or a miscarriage, you still have to go through delivery. This is not something that is.
You got to get everything out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And but she never went to the doctors. There's no doctors.
No, she called like a telehealth medicine person.
Oh, they walked her through it.
The Dr. Quinn medicine woman hotline.
And said it might be a miscarriage because she passed like these 2 sacks, like bloody sacks or whatever. And they said, well, it could be, what she claims. And she sent a picture, and there's some controversy as to whether she did some arts and crafts with the pictures, with the photo.
God, why?
But they even the telehealth provider said, go to, talk to your doctor, go to the hospital, urgent care hospital, whatever it is, to confirm it. And she never did.
Because why would you? Apparently, and and then on top of it all, you have the fake sonograms. One that she found. That was that against Greg when he
Yes.
the big internet sleuth. Oh no, this is from a 7-year-old YouTube video.
Oh, that was with Clayton.
Was that Clayton?
Yeah, she sent it was a sonogram that she had sent to Clayton, and it was determined that it was from like a 7-year-old YouTube video, and it matches perfectly. And saying Dave Neal was able to synchronize them, and then they are exact copies of each other.
Which one was the Fiverr sonogram?
The Fiverr, that was to Greg, I believe.
Yeah,
that she sent that to Greg.
Yeah. She sent a sonogram to Greg to prove she was pregnant with twins, and this happened live with Dave Neal and Megan Fox. When they zoomed in on it, they saw the watermark, Fiverr.
Yeah, I was watching that stream. It was funny because we were like, "What in the world is this?" And once you see it, you can't unsee it. And eventually, the chat was like, "It looks like Fiverr." So Dave went on and found the Fiverr logo on, did an image search on Google, and made it transparent and lined it up perfectly. So she had somebody at Fiverr Photoshop, do photoshopping to change stuff on that ultrasound image, but didn't pay to have them remove the watermark.
Look, I'm just waiting for her personality test. I am waiting for the psych eval because I'm like, which of the personality deficit disorders does she have?
Yeah.
Now,
all of them.
It's going to be like a cluster B sprinkle.
Yeah.
So Mike Maricini, Greg Gillespie, and Clayton Eckert are the 3 public cases. We know about one more that don't want to be the public.
Yeah, he's fairly well off, like in I think San Francisco business. He played sports as well. He has not wanted his name out there. Gingras did throw his name out there either on his blog or in a pleading at some point, but he does not want anything to do with it. Hopefully that will change because his story needs to be out there too.
Yeah.
Now is Gingras the guy that he's gotten sanctioned or he's gotten criminally charged? There's something up with this guy.
He's the one. He has the second DUI now. About 6 months ago now.
Is he the one that filed that?
No,
weird
it wasn't 6 months ago.
This was the judge is like, "Daddy, look at me!"
Yes, I'm a real judge now.
Oh yeah, seen. That one.
That's him.
Yeah, he filed the motion to compel lunch.
Okay.
Trying to claim that there was no communication with Clayton's attorneys, and so he's trying to get this stuff, and they refused to talk to him, which was not true. But he found a single case in Arizona from 20 years ago, unpublished. Of course, it's like a trial court order, where, and it was much worse, acts between the counsel in that case, and the court did order them to meet for lunch to meet and confer over discovery issues. And it's he found this one case out of how many thousands in Arizona, and it's not published, so it has no binding precedent, and tried to use that as his legal basis for Judge Mata ordering lunch between the attorneys.
So that didn't happen. His second DUI, which incidentally happened when he's not supposed to represent Laura Owens in the it was the Mike Maricini case, because he disqualified his self disqualification, and then Omar, Mike's attorney, sent it to the court. Yeah, we want it on paper.
Yeah. Well, I think we think he was helping Laura with the renewal.
Yeah,
for the protective order.
Yeah,
because it was that night that he got his second DUI, and he was pulled over within a few miles of the casita. So
of Laura Owen's home.
Yeah, at 2 o'clock in the morning or so.
Yeah, 2 o'clock in the morning.
I want the body cam footage.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what's the sad thing, and the really kind of, if you dig deep, and you have to keep it light, because if you look at it objectively, it will make you want to start a holy arson, is the fact that if a man had done this to several women, this would have been pitchforks, women unite the night, take it back. But because it has happened to men, we can kind of take it on this funny thing, but it's deeply predatory, it's deeply stalker, it's deeply life destroying.
Yeah.
And it's something that
how much damage? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
I am really so glad that we are starting to see at least a little bit of parity in this, a little bit of understanding of just how destructive this can be to either sex, because I think we have had really good strides on, understanding that there is, a greater propensity, let's say, culturally, to acknowledge the male against female violence. But there has been so much swept under the rug, with the opposite, that I am glad that we are finally starting to acknowledge it. And the really gross thing where these women will try to take the cloak of people who have had DV or, abusive relationships. It's very gross. And I'm glad that there are people standing up and saying, hey, you're not taking our story. You're not taking, you're not putting on our past as a skin suit to cover yourself.
Yes, the skin suiting victims is like the most, the most appalling thing. That's what, not to pull the wheel hard left or anything like that, but that's what has got me just like tearing my hair out with the Courtney Clinny case, because she's had some filings recently that I've been catching up on, and there's this motion that she's filed, and like the Darvo is just through the roof. It's absolutely insane. It's next level. It's like Amber Heard repeat kind of stuff, and
that's what Laura Owens is like too. It's crazy.
And we saw it in the Sarah Boone case. We're seeing it in a lot of these cases where now women are saying, well, I felt afraid, or this, that, and the other. And it would be interesting to scientifically look at the breakdown of how much people are willing to give women a benefit of the doubt when they aren't with men, because I do think that's something that needs to be studied and really accounted for in our justice system, because it has been proven, with the numbers and statistically, that men aren't going to get these breaks that a lot of women do. And, if we're really going for parity, if we're really going for a blind justice, we need to start looking at what are the factors that make this possible? Why are there, these extra sort of grace given to women when they are just as dangerous, just as destructive? Because these are not allegations that go away. Regardless of the fact that Clayton has been exonerated, there are still going to be a population of women who believe that he was a monster, that he got away with it because of patriarchy.
We still see it with Johnny Depp.
Yep.
Yeah. And Mike Maricini have lived through this for 8 years.
He's lost jobs. He's lost job opportunities. He gets stopped by TSA because they see this domestic violence order, even though there was never any finding in the order of violence. It was an agreed to order. He got tired of fighting her back in 2018, and it's just, all right, I'll just agree to it. We won't communicate with each other at all. So there's never any finding of abuse or violence. It was basically a settled entry of an order.
Yeah.
And she's used it to just terrorize him for 10 years.
Yeah, contacting his employer and stuff like that. Now, and this should have happened October 21st and 22nd. But she wriggled herself out of there by claiming she was more or less dying, bleeding out of bleeding everywhere, and she had a doctor's note from somebody who wasn't a doctor, and and then she went horse jumping a few days later.
Well, there's actually I believe some witness. There was a horse competition in Scottsdale that week, and we're not sure if she was spotted there on the 21st, which was supposed to be the first day of trial, but apparently there are eyewitnesses who have seen her there on the 22nd, when she then made her ADA claim that she had a life-threatening risk of travel and could not make it, and had to get an accommodation, and so they continued it for 2 weeks. But she went and jumped that weekend on horses that weekend.
Can I say, for one, I am pissed off. As a full card-carrying cripple, I find it deeply offensive that she tried to use a cripple pass.
Yeah.
How dare she take my identity and try to use it as a skin suit?
Yeah. Now, folks, we passed the first spin on the wheel by 20 gifted memberships from Maybe Not. A $5 from Steve Gosney, a $10 from Deanne, and $2 from Bridget. So, wheel of regrets. And since we are almost 2 hours in, I removed all the hot sauces and stuff.
Have you gotten the bomb sauce yet?
Nope.
Oh, you got to get that.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
May God have mercy on your soul.
My Lord. Better you than me. I had my fill of Malort 2 weeks ago. Almost 3 weeks ago now. Good Lord.
All right, let's find myself a shot glass.
But that's not Jebsen's Malort, is it?
No.
Okay.
This is
apparently another company decided to get in on this.
Well, it's Malort is like wormwood or something, isn't that what that is in like Swedish or something?
Yeah, that's Swedish.
Yeah, so then the Jebsen's Malort's the one you need.
I'm using my Alabama shot glass.
Oh no, it should be an Auburn shot glass.
Which is dirty. Well, it doesn't matter. I mean,
it's an Alabama one, so
I could have diesel in this diesel residue, and it wouldn't make a difference. All right, Malort it is. Why?
I've got PTSD just watching this.
I know.
Why?
It's not always when you initially taste it. At least even the Jepsons, and initially it's like it's not bad. As soon as you swallow it, it's just awful. And then
why?
If you can't keep it, because Malort is the sound you make later.
Yeah, and it's such a long lease you have, because like 3 days later you'll have a burp and you're like, oh my, why is the Malort still here? It's like the ghost of Christmas past. It just will not die.
Kitten.
It messed me up for 3 days last time. My taste buds were messed up for 3 days after the last.
You're muted.
No.
Sorry about that. I'm going to have to run pretty quick because I have, as you can see, the monsters have awoken. The hordes have begun to overrun me.
The furry overlords have awoken and
but I do want to share. Look how big this guy's getting. Look how big he is. So big boy, Jude.
Yeah,
he's massive. Look at him.
He's going to be a bigger guy.
Yeah, he is. He's the chonker of the crew for sure.
And I told you when you started posting. Congratulations, you're now a cat person.
Officially have 5 pets.
They shows you. Well, you pick them up. They shows you. That's
true. It's true.
Oh, now where were we? Oh, yeah, Laura Owens was in
she had to go. The cat,
yeah,
her masters have awoken. So
yes,
yeah,
the furry overlords have awoken.
Yeah, and Laura Owens had 7 felony charges against her, tampering with evidence, perjury, and stuff like that. And the same day as the dismissal in the Mike Maricini case, she got 7 more charges in the Greg Gillespie case. I assume it is because they went through her phone after the January when they seized her electronic devices.
Now, do we know
well, some
if
of that
these are
stuff was
be...
known? I mean, the ultrasound thing. I mean, some of those things were already known, so they could have gotten that stuff from Grant once they saw, what happened with Clayton. Then they could say, well, here's this other victim here.
Yeah, and I learned yesterday they are charging her with the
extortion.
Yeah, she's charged as first time caught, repeat offender, first time caught, which means
they're gonna go. There are, I think, in the first case with Clayton's case, they're already going for aggravated status, and I think they're going to do it with this one. So, I mean,
which means they can go further back for the MO, with the MO charge
and higher penalties at sentencing.
Yeah, and I just skimmed through now. Most of these, if convicted, are baked into each other. But some of them, I mean, if consecutive, she's looking at 35 years. Yep. If convicted and sentenced.
But does that include aggravating? Does that include the aggravating enhancement?
No, not with enhancement.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I do wonder if
identity theft, impersonating another.
2 identity thefts, an extortion through
because
criminal accusations.
Those are from 2 separate things in the Arizona Penal Code, so they kind of have to stack them. And so that will be interesting. What she might not come out of prison because she's 35. 36.
She at least needs to be in there until she's postmenopausal.
Yeah. Do you think that will stop her? She will come out as an 81-year-old and claim pregnancy on the old folks' home.
There's some old grandma that did that in vitro stuff. Had her own grandchild.
Yeah, I do wonder if the defense is going to try a mental health, or not so much a mental health strictly, but as a mitigating factor. But I don't know how much you're going to be able to mitigate with my client still knowingly did this wrong thing and try to, obfuscate, which showed that she knew she had knowledge of guilt. So it's not going to negate any of the intent, but it might give a more broad perspective as to why she was motivated to do these things. But I just don't know how you're going to defend against this. This is somewhat, cut and dry. She basically, I mean...
there needs to be an order, if convicted, that no male CEOs can be near her.
Yeah.
Okay, or you guys alternately, she and Jody have their own dating game in Arizona prison. They do the Bachelor in Reverse prison edition.
The Bachelorette, Gray Bar Hotel Bachelorette.
Thank you, Lady Tommy. Now let's go through what they actually write here. Thank you to Nick share your Miami visit regarding Courtney Clenny. Yeah, we visited, me and Steve Gosney, we visited the apartment complex where she lived. That's really high end. I mean, we are talking about 8 to 12,000 a month rent.
Oh.
It's really high end.
Can you imagine being
her neighbor?
Oh God.
Can you imagine that you've
I
worked
think
like
that's
your
a good
entire
soundproofing.
life? Yeah, you worked your entire life to live in the penthouse, like you have moved on up like the Jeffersons, and then all of a sudden Courtney Ratchet Clenny is your neighbor, and you're like, mother.
All night long hearing that shit.
Yeah.
Mm.
You come home to your nice lobby, and she's over here yelling with these ratty extensions. You're just like, God dang it.
Let's see here. Here we are. Let's see here. Dun, dun, dun. Hello, folks. Guess where I am? I am at One Paraíso. If you don't know what that is the apartment complexes where Courtney Clemney allegedly murdered her boyfriend. So it's probably somewhere up there, or something of the sort. And for you who don't know, the Courtney Clemney case, it's the OnlyFans girl who accidentally threw a knife at her boyfriend in self-defense, of course. And on top of that, you have a prosecution that made, what do you call it, a few mistakes along the way. And here to help me talk about that is Steve Gosney. Hey!
How's it going, my buddy?
It's going on great.
We're having fun, aren't we?
Yeah, we are having so much fun.
Mean, we need to turn around and see where this place is, because this is a beautiful location. Look around the other side. This is where we are.
This is the harbor.
There's you can see the cruise ships over here.
Yeah, and everything up there and everything. So
yeah, we're very close to the fashion district.
Yeah. In Miami.
So and Nick and I are having a great time, and he wanted to get some good content for his viewers about. I said, well, how about the Courtney Clenny location?
Yeah.
So here it is. This is the condo where it all took place.
Somewhere up there. And now a few of the things that might have gone stupidly wrong in this case is a prosecution who thought, you know what, the parents. Let's charge the parents. It was an extraordinarily bad idea. Can you?
Well, I can't quite comment on the Miami State Attorney's Office. Let's just say that.
Okay.
However, I will say that I did write a paper on
nobody's surprised.
The proper handling of inadvertent disclosure of attorney-client privilege documents. Mm-hmm. And so that is available on SSRN. Look up Gosney SSRN, and you'll see one of the documents is a proposed policy for how that should be handled. So you can, when I'm sure Nick is going to cover this thing in depth and in detail, and you want to measure like what is the way it should be done, I think that paper does a pretty good job of outlining how inadvertent disclosure of privileged information should be handled.
Can you, in layman terms, what is inadvertently disclosure of?
Okay, well, basically, there's attorney-client privilege documents. So you have a defense attorney, and a defense attorney wants to write something to his client about something, right? And that's attorney-client privilege. And so he emails, but accidentally he puts in the little subject line, the prosecutor's office email also. So the prosecutor's office then gets an email from the defense attorney that's to his client that he shouldn't have gotten. So it's a mistake. So what does the prosecutor do in that? And the policy paper I drafted was, how should a prosecutor respond when privileged information gets to his hand? Another example would be, for example, if there's a search warrant executed and they seize a computer, and on the computer is contained attorney-client privileged communications. Can the prosecutor then utilize that to prosecute, or how should they handle that? Because now the cat's out of the bag, right? So that is, and those are very tricky ethical questions. And the paper, as always a solution guy that I am, proposes how the prosecutor should handle that in a very formal way.
Yeah, so that was in layman terms. Now let's stupid now.
Stupid terms. No, it's the best I can. I think so. Yeah. I can try again if you want.
No, that's good. That's good. Yeah, so here is the Courtney Clemney, where everything happened in the elevator and the arguments and the things.
I will say, observing where we are and knowing this place, I want to know, how do I get an OnlyFans channel? Because I want to make the money that it takes to live in this place, because this is amazing.
I mean, these condos must be, we're not talking about $1,500 a month here.
No.
We're not even talking about $15,000 a month.
Maybe 15,000.
Yeah, maybe 15,000.
Maybe even 6 to 8 to 10,000. I don't know, depends on how big your apartment is.
Yeah, and hers were quite big.
Yeah, well, so now we're talking maybe 15. But, you know, these are multi-million dollar condominiums overlooking beautiful Biscayne Bay in beautiful Miami, Florida.
Yeah, and this is a bit of an introduction, because the trial starts, I believe, in December. So this is one of the trials I will start to cover going forward. Well, I do still have the Delphi case. I still have, all the other cases I cover. So you will have great content when I get back from the United States. But this is Nik Starow and Steve Gosney from where Courtney Clamney allegedly accidentally threw her knife at her boyfriend in self-defense.
We shall see.
We shall see.
Yes.
We shall. Yeah. Now, have I covered anything about Courtney Clamney since? No.
Well, didn't something just get continued? There was supposed to be a hearing.
Yeah. And I need to get myself into that, because I don't have any trials coming up. I mean, I jump into if Law and Crim and Smart TV, yeah, sure, I can watch it. But I think I kind of have to. But then again, it might be postponed.
Yeah,
and I'm still waiting for Wendy Adelson to be arrested.
Yeah, that is one that I find very interesting as to where the state's going to go next, because I do feel like it's a bit of a letdown, especially with the Donna's defense tacitly putting Wendy out as a unindicted co-conspirator. I mean, at this point. But what I do foresee is possibly the boys doing a wrongful death on her once they get the full extent. I do believe that there is something to be said about that.
Yeah, but if they throw a civil case in that direction, I don't know the Florida statutes on that. But then again, Wendy is their custodian. So they can't at the moment.
Well, yeah, no, but I do see that it would be a bit unfinished, undone if they don't. But
they would have time after they turn 18 to pursue claims.
Yeah, but the state leaving Wendy out there free.
Yeah.
I mean, you would think that with all of that they have implicating her at this point, that they would be chomping at the bit to go after her. And
the Tallahassee grand jury had a meeting in October. I don't know when the next one is.
I'm waiting for Donna or Charlie to possibly turn.
Well, Donna threw Charlie under the bus, so there might be some. And I mean, I kind of feel sorry for Charlie. He had the bachelor's life. I mean, he dated one South Asian woman after another, and had his cash dental business, and all of a sudden here comes his mother and ruins everything. And folks, we have the next spin is here we go. Wheel of Regrets. Oh, you can't be fucking serious.
Oh, Lord. This is me 3 weeks ago.
Oh, you're fucking kidding me.
Except I screwed up and I made a deal with Brandon and I think Whiskey 77 to bypass for Cash App Venmo direct donations. bypass
Dang it,
the super
Yeah.
chat limit and
Yeah.
to go straight
need
for
to start-
Malort. And I ended up doing like 4 Malort shots that night.
Oh,
And
yeah. I have.
Oh.
I mean, this is the combined $50 gets you a spin on the wheel. If you do a $50 directly, you say what I drink. So yeah.
And
yeah,
if you
I
send
did
me
it. I made a deal with them
$50
to bypass the wheel, and yeah,
Yeah.
that was a mistake.
And if you send me $50, you will have sent me $50.
All right, my lord, it is.
My wife was not happy the next morning.
Malort is
That
one of the
Malort.
few. Malort is one of the few. I mean, after a few shots of whiskey, you kind of numb off. That doesn't happen with Malort. It gets
No.
worse.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Jesus
Yeah.
Christ! Why? Why?
Yeah, I was asking myself that.
I don't know. I don't know who decided that wormwood was a great flavor enhancement rather than a poison.
I mean, I can. So I mean, we have fermented fish over here out of necessity.
Yes.
So I mean, it's just
Necessity.
yeah. I mean,
That's
100
your excuse.
we had a big famine of between 1870 and 1910, more or less, and of course, everything was in barrels, and all of a sudden, a bunch of the barrels got bad, and somebody say, "Well, somebody got to eat it." Let's try to disguise.
And he didn't die, so
and he didn't die. And all of a sudden, hey, it's a delicacy.
so we have to figure out throughout all human history that how we've determined certain things are okay to eat is because somebody, let's wonder if this mushroom's okay. They eat it and they die. Well, we can't eat that one.
I mean, imagine, in the 80s, you were lucky because if you were Mikey, you just had to try life. If it's the 1800s, it's like, hey, try this bug out.
Yeah.
See if you get dysentery from this.
Oh,
Now it's like, hey, try Pop Rocks and Coke and see if you'll explode.
yeah. So we are $38 to the next spin. Somebody, please, please get this taste out of my mouth.
Because I had Malort
Clip
on my
that.
wheel once, and it's still there. It did not hit on the wheel when I spun the wheel. It was all bypassed. They bypassed the wheel for me to do it. So that Malort slot is still there. I did a spin last night, and it's still sitting there.
Say no to lutefisk.
Yes.
Yeah, when you have to put lime over a fish to make it gelatinous,
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe not kept track of everything
to preserve
Maybe
it,
not
and then you have to boil it out. to not self. Oh shit. Okay, May. Thank you, and you decide. What I have.
Maybe May's gonna say spin.
I have tequila. I have bourbon. I have vodka. I have.
You have Malort.
Shut up. I have schnapps. I have this. Not that one.
He has Dimetap. He's got everything.
I have.
He's got some absinthe.
No. I gave up on absinthe after I allegedly woke up in another country. Oh. All right. And where is it? What?
Spin. Maybe not says spin.
Spin.
Do you have raspberry vodka?
Vodka.
No.
Because I had the mistake of having that too, because my wife loves raspberry vodka.
Oh,
That's so bad. It's a step above. It's a step above Malort though. Give it that.
It's
you
no Mad
you
Dog
have vodka to
2020.
drown your sorrows. You have whiskey to celebrate, and then you have absinthe to wake up in another country.
You have 4 locos to wake up in another county.
All right, here we go. Wheel of Regret.
Lord.
Ooh, tequila.
Ooh. Tequila.
Yes. Oh, it is a step up, or it's a step at least. In what direction can be debated. Gonzalez 1939 Tequila Blanco, bought in Florida.
And you got another spin.
No, do I? I have to do
Dave
math.
says.
Dave says spin again.
Yeah, Dave says I don't do math. I just listen to chat.
Yeah, I'm an attorney. I don't do math.
Yeah, no.
Actually, I have one of the attorneys that does do math, but I don't know where you were before the maybe not super chat.
Tequila.
Oh. Maybe that'll kill the Malort taste.
Yeah.
No.
No, but when it comes back up later, Malort will be all that you taste.
It mixed.
Aw, if tequila and Malort had a baby, imagine the polka you would make.
Now I have to do a math. Let's see. 792, 112, 162. I'm at 182 combined, unless somebody did. Oh, for fuck's sake! Thank you to Catman who bought 5 coffees.
Ooh.
On Buy Me a Coffee, which is $25. So yeah, it's another spin on the Wheel of Regrets.
Are there more Malort slots on the wheel?
Yeah, there's one more. Shut up. All right.
Well, you're lucky you don't have the bomb sauce on there because.
Yeah. Or those pickle gummies.
The Wheel of Regrets.
Ooh, soju.
Oh, it did. All right.
Sonyu, where is it? Now, I have this one that I opened about a month ago. I don't know the expiration date on these things.
Do you think it double fermented?
Oh, no.
Well, it doesn't say.
Is that a red cap soju? Is that the 20% stuff?
This is 13.
Okay.
So,
yeah, because we have the lower percent. We have 2 different ones and 2 different color caps here, and one color is the 20% stuff.
Since it's 13%, I will take the bigger glass, which is the Little Havana, because I visited Little Havana, Miami when I went. Everywhere I go, I try to buy a shot glass. And I bought this from the Aviation Museum, which is empty before a flight. And then I have this from the Everglades. Then more tourists.
I love that. I like that. That's cute. Use the biggest glass. I like MLS.
We might have to duck out. The kids are getting done with gymnastics. So.
All right.
Fun. Good luck on the triple Lutzes, kids. Or whatever
you do.
It's a tumbling
class tonight. So.
Now, okay, here's Dave with another $20. What was the number I said a few minutes ago? I can't remember.
Well, you were at 182 combined, plus you had 25 from the coffees. So
well, May sent another 20, which is $60, so it's kind of obsolete. May, thank you so much. Don't bankrupt yourself. I appreciate you deeply. Thank you so much.
So that's another spin, and close to close to 2 spins.
Close to 2. Oh shit! Cheers.
Yeah. See you later, Nick. see you all.
See ya.
See you, MG. Apparently, Sonya goes bad after a month. Yeah, I'm going to let that be over there. This was or is it just because it's peach? Yeah.
You might have needed to refrigerate it. I don't know. Because I put
I
in the fridge.
I did not do that.
But I wouldn't think that it would ferment more. I don't know. I mean, I would think if anything, it would turn into vinegar.
It's too little alcohol in it, just to say that. Oh, jeez. Oh, for fuck's sake. I got Malort, tequila, and beds on you. Oh, this is going to be... And you paid for one more.
Well, then I would just get vodka or something that's going to clear your... If I could hand you a long finished drink, I would hand you one. This is pineapple.
Let's see. It's a wheel of regrets. Oh, something.
Vodka.
Oh, yes. I had to buy this one because it's from Utah, the Mormon capital of the world.
I do love that one. So when are we doing a knife throwing contest? Because I call bullshit that you can throw a steak knife, a serrated steak knife, deeply embedded into someone's sternum. Jeez. Now, there are throwing darts, there are throwing knives, but those are perfectly balanced, and you have to have a propensity and practice with them. Now, Courtney does seem like the type to play with sharp objects, so I'm not discounting that. I'm just saying that I doubt the validity of a steak knife going at Mach 2 and embedding in a sternum.
All right, this is Zoota, because I was in Logan. They have a zoo there, and I looked at monkeys and cats and stuff. I got a white parakeet to scream at me just by walking by. That was interesting. And it followed me climbing the fence with all the feathers up, somehow being very, very threatened by me. And then the next family came with 2 adults, 2 non-adults. It was the sweetest thing. And then it looked at me and got...
Nick, I've had squirrels try to kill me. I've had a deer try to kill me. Maybe a little bit of my anti-Snow White rubbed off on you. I must have been the world's most evil taxidermist in my past life.
I'm a cat person, not by choice, and a dog person by nature. The rest, I don't. If you're not food, you're entertainment, and that's about it. So, 5 ice vodka. It did not wash away the taste. Fuck.
Do you have a donut? Usually you put a donut or something sweet. Yeah. That being said...
Talking about this bag has been open for a month and a half with hot tamales. I don't like cinnamon in that concentration. What else do I have here?
You know what you should do? You should dissolve the red hots in vodka. Then you'd have cinnamon vodka. It would dilute it a little bit, but then it'd be like a hot damn shot.
I appreciate your suggestion, and I will archive it.
I love it. I love cinnamon, but I don't like licorice. So that's where you lose. That's where you Scandies lose me.
I mean, I don't mind cinnamon if it's like lightly dusted over a cinnamon bun. This concentration? What the fuck?
Okay, see, I like that. I can't stand pumpkin spice. So it's the addition of the nutmeg and clove and the over cinnamonification that I don't like. But I have to be in the mood to have them. I can't just eat it all the time.
Smoke as you go. I don't smoke indoors, Steve. I don't smoke indoors. Well, I do have.
Do you have some sage? We could just sage it out. Do we have incense?
No, I do have a gazebo of sorts.
Ooh.
If I just do heat it up a bit, because now we are entering the Swedish autumn and winter, which means it's dark as fuck, cold as fuck, and you just have to have light around you to not do things to yourself. North Sea, what?
Ooh.
North Sea.
You need some cider. I love a hard cider.
Well, here's the thing. I forgot to buy beer today.
You know, in Canton, that's a felony.
Hold on. I got a packet.
Ooh.
Yeah. Folks, for you who are new here and don't know, Drunk Me likes to buy Sober Me stuff. I have no idea what this package is.
Come on, inappropriate Japanese candy.
No, it's a big package. Hold on.
Come on, inappropriate adult objects. Ooh, let it be a Pride fan. They have, okay, so if you guys don't know me, I go on Amazon and I find the oddest things. So look up Hork on Amazon and it will take you to the wonderfulest amalgamation animals. So a hork is a mix between a horse and a shark. And they have these plushies, and I will get them all. I have the Tyrannosaurus, or the B-Ranosaurus Rex, the Bumblebee and Tyrannosaurus Rex. I will get them all.
Santa Claus, that's December 1st. December 1st, Santa Claus shows up. Yeah, folks, here's the thing, which is an extra thing with the slightly bust. If you get me more than slightly bust, it has the buy effect of Drunk Me buying Sober Me stuff. So it's a gift that keep on giving.
I need to start letting, well, to be fair, I may or may not have 3 big bags of jelly beans on my way. Mr. Mo knows nothing about. Ooh.
Oh, I know what this is. I know what this is.
A personalized blanket with your own face on it?
No. About when we started talking about the dancing videos.
Oh, yeah.
So I needed something wintry to because I can't dance. I'm nowhere near a stream. or nowhere near something that resembles water. So this is, I believe, the
Oh, is it a cloak?
From the company. Oh, they have a from Grimfrost clan.
Ooh. Ooh, I like it.
I think they ship internationally as well. So this is one of these things that I actually remember. This is a replica of a Viking winter thingy.
Ooh. That looks warm AF.
Yeah. But as Vikings didn't have, we didn't invent buttons. So it's just knots. Hold on.
You're getting on the cosplay thing like me. I love it. It actually looks comfy. That's cool. And you can kind of wear it on the Clenny thing because it's a robe too.
So thank you to whoever got me drunk last time. Oh, this is amazing. And I definitely need something to wear under because it's coarse as fuck. Wow. Yeah, no buttons, just these to bind it together. Oh,
That is pretty awesome.
yeah. Now, what I'm going to do instead of the dancing in Coldstream, because dancing in Coldstream in Scandinavia this time of year is lethal.
Yeah.
So she gave me the alternative to do a Viking version of the scrunchy speech. Yeah.
Good luck with that. And you want to know what's hilarious is I had to be, and I have two moves. I drop it like it's lukewarm. So I have the middle school sway and like just the bop back and forth. Like I don't dance. So I was so incredibly drunk and I'm still that stiff. If that tells you anything. So yeah, I was the wrong person to put forth this challenge.
No, this is not a emo shopping spree. This is from Grimfrost clan.
Ooh, I wonder if they have girl clothes.
Oh, let me check.
I need nothing else to spend money on. Because Mr. Mo's going to be like, why do you need an entire full Renaissance Viking kit? Science?
Let's see here. Share that instead. This is Grimfrost. Oh, ladies.
Ooh.
Oh, you have a sale on crop tops.
Oh, well, you know, who doesn't need crop tops in the winter?
What else do you have? Let's go Viking.
Yeah. Oh, yes to every one of them.
Now let's see. This is $150. This is.
That's not bad.
No, this is just the mantle.
Is it just the cloak?
Yeah, just the cloak. It's about 110.
That's
this
not bad.
Dress is about 130.
Ooh,
Boots,
I like
150.
That's it. I really need a sugar daddy who doesn't want anything in return but for me to look cute and ignore him.
These are... I have no idea.
The world's first pasties?
I have no idea.
Probably not.
Oh,
I think they hold the curdle, if I'm honest.
Yeah. This is for your hair. It's like $30. Load more. Belt bag.
Oh, the fanny pack of the past.
Fanny pack. Let's see, what else do we have here? Brooches. Okay.
Ooh.
A bead set for $65 and stuff like that.
Yeah, I like the brooches. I don't need beads. I mean,
oh, you have kids' clothes.
Oh my God, youngest, most feral Viking. And it's kind of looks like a Jedi Padawan outfit too.
This is $50.
My nerd heart.
Okay, I'm posting this in chat. $50. This is adorable.
It is. Oh, look at the little pinafore.
Oh.
And he's shoeless in every photo. It's like they know my youngest, most feral soul. It's like they...
Oh. Let's see what this is. Jewelry.
Ooh.
Well, of course, the Thor's hammer, Odin, a bronze chain, freaking Gary bronze ring.
Ooh.
I'm seriously. I could go broke here.
I know, this is the problem. There's a nice rack and a necklace nestled in it. I mean...
Weapons and armor.
And come on, boob armor. Chainmail bikini. I just need a thigh sheath for my throwing steak knife.
Do they have a chainmail bikini? No, they don't.
Well, the market opportunities. Think about it, Grimfrost.
Let's see. Weapons.
Oh, I thought it was going to be medieval vapes. It's like, come on, hookah.
Okay, this is a foam axe for $40. Oh, this is good. A finger knife for $40. It's one of these that you have hidden and then just spin it around and you have a knife. Oh, that's a cool one.
That is pretty cool.
Oh, thank you, Daramuth, for 2 Rumble rants. Thank you so much. Thank you. I have no idea where we are. I have 30, 35, 45, 75, 77.
Oh, I wonder if they have course. Well,
92,
it was more loose
112,
garments.
162, 182, 202, 262 to 64. I think I passed one more.
It sounds about right, math-wise.
All right. The spin of the Wheel of Regrets is no more, my lord. Hey, vodka.
Yay!
And over at Rumble from Daramuth, for getting the name right the first time, another $3. Hey! 5 Wise vodka.
Oh my gosh, do they have cat outfits? We need Mr. Jingles in a Viking outfit as well.
Oh. Hold on. I'll just do this one and I'm going to show you something. Cheers. Oh. I have to unload this one. And this one. What the there.
You're cleaning like I do. Like, where the hell am I going to put this? Yes, we need to get someone to make a real life helmet.
Now, this I have to order. It's not in my merch store, but I do have a beer glass with this on my merch store. Yeah. I do have a beer glass with Mr. Jingles in a Viking suit on my merch store.
Although, I don't think Mr. Jingles would be too happy if you tried to dress him up. He just doesn't strike me as the type of cat that would be too happy with dressing up.
I need a chainmail to get him into the shower to at least try to clean him up after he's been under one of my tractors for a few days. He shows up here all oily and stuff and wet. I don't know. He's been in the barn, under the tractor, doing something. And oh. Oh. Oh wow. All right, but now we are at least $48 from the next spin on the Wheel of Regrets. Now, who wants to see when Megan Fox and Omar found out about the additional 7?
Let's see that, because I am sure that it was hilarious. I will say it has been interesting finally seeing the mainstream media pick up on Laura Owens with the body cam when YouTubers have been. But it is interesting to see how many people are finally getting wise to this when it's been somewhat ubiquitous for me for 2 years. It is really interesting to see mainstream media finally taking this on.
May. You glorious, glorious person. I deeply, deeply appreciate you. Don't go bankrupt on this. I deeply appreciate it. Thank you. Now you choose. Spin or a drink of your choice. Thank you so much. That is so, so nice of you. Thank you so much.
Speaking of candies, though, I did try these out, and they're pretty good. They're like an amalgamation of 5 different high fructose corn syrups, and the Hoosier in me likes it.
Spin. Yeah, all right. Spin.
Ooh.
There's still a Malort. The Wheel of Regrets. Okay, I need to remove that one. No.
You can have a bourbon.
No, I'm removing that one. You can't have 2 in a row and then that one. So, the Wheel of Regret. No, that's too weak. I'll remove that one. The Wheel of Regrets. Bonneville Bourbon. All right, Bonneville Bourbon.
Ooh.
Salt Flat Spirit out of Salt Lake City. One of the bourbons I got out of Utah, which is interesting because Utah's selection of spirits is bad. Let's just say that. Now, do I have a... Well, I did have a Utah... Oh, the Zuta shot glass.
Ooh.
Yeah, yes, Crystal. Bourbon is like a whiskey, but it's Americanized. Whew. Cheers. Ooh. Wow. All right. Now let's check the moment they found out.
What a day. What a day. Welcome back to the show, everybody. I'm Megan Fox, medium smart journalist, and it is a breaking news kind of day. I have been running all day long, keeping up with what's going on. I was just gathering interviews from the Mike Maricini case that ended yesterday. It was dismissed by a California court judge who dismissed the case when Laura Owens didn't show up. And so I had an interview scheduled with Omar Serrato, Mike Maricini's lawyer, to share with you, which you will see in just a moment. But just as Omar was getting on the call to do the interview, I found out that Laura Owens has just been indicted on 7 more counts, guys. 7 more felonies. Let's get into it. And just as I was starting this interview with Omar Serrato, Mike Maricini's lawyer, Laura Owens gets indicted by the Maricopa County Attorney's Office with 7 more felonies. Oh, my Lord. And you get to see Omar's reaction and my reaction in live time. So enjoy. It's going to be fun. Oh, my God, Omar. Do you know what just happened?
I think I just got notification at the same time that you did.
She's been indicted again.
Fuck yes.
I was just on the phone with Greg. What are you telling him?
Oh, I'm so happy about that.
She got indicted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more felonies.
7 additional counts. So they're not dropping anything with Clayton. They're just going forward on all of them. Awesome.
On all of 7 additional counts. And these are different.
Yes.
These are different. We've got, so there's perjury, fraudulent schemes, 2 counts of taking the identity of another. That's
fuck yes. Yes.
And then there's 2.
Yeah, the taking identity of another is her fraudulently filed medical things. Because
and
the doctor's note and added her own information.
Yes, but isn't there a potentiality for this becoming federal? Because didn't she go across state lines, like different, because didn't she claim that she went to Planned Parenthood in LA to get diagnostic stuff and she doctored those LA clinic paperwork as well?
Yes and no, because yes, she pulled it out of there, but the crime didn't happen until the filing, which was in Arizona.
Oh,
so it can
point.
be a federal case if they choose to, but I mean,
the feds would have to. I mean, it's a stretch, and it does seem like, but I did wonder for the potentiality because there was the crossing of state lines, and since I'm not a lawyer, I don't know when that's always applicable all the time.
Also, hi, Meg and Omar. Oh, Meg and Omar aren't here. Meg have the link, but I think she is off somewhere. And Omar, I don't have his contact information. Thank you for your $2. Yeah. I wish they were here, though. I wish they were here. I mean, I send out my invitations to a lot of people, and sometimes they show up, and sometimes, most of the times, they don't.
Counts of forgery.
Yes.
And then this is a new one. 1 count of theft by extort, accused of crime. What is that?
Theft by extortion. I imagine it's some kind of theft by extortion.
Oh, she accused him of a crime in order to extort him. That's what that means. By accusing someone, you can extort someone by accusing them of a crime, abortion, coercion, or something.
Yes. Yeah, we knew that. We knew that she did that like a long time ago. And now she's being charged for it. That is amazing.
Oh my God.
That is amazing.
Oh my God. She needed to be accused of extortion so bad. I just can't even believe this is happening, Omar.
It makes me so happy. You have no idea. No idea how happy this makes me.
I know, me too. I feel like I'm gonna cry. Tell me about the lead up to yesterday's. Before when we were there in October, there was a lot of drama that happened behind the scenes before the court. After day 1, before day 2. I mean, it was just a whole lot of drama. Did you have that same kind? I know you can't talk about all of it, but did you have those same types of nights, sleepless nights leading up to Wednesday's court?
It was not nearly as bad as the first time because, I think we were prepared to go back in, and we knew we had just a better expectation of what not to expect, and like just a direct game plan of that we were going to execute no matter what. And so there wasn't going to be any settlement talks. There was a lot of threats behind the scene, threats against me personally. They're going to bar complaints against me or whatever, and this and that, which we just kind of charted as, of course she's going to file a bar complaint against me. It was noise. It was noise. It had nothing to do with anything. And then, of course, there was the whole horse fiasco. And then it was, what do we do with this information? Like, how is this?
Hey, Fire Red is still here. Hey, Fire Red. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much for showing up, and Godspeed to you and everything. Another day with you here is another day in blessing. Hey.
Yes.
Relevant to our case. There was a lot of talk about perhaps bringing sanctions, which honestly, we could still ultimately do that if we decide to. But the point was, how's this going to affect Mike's case? Which it wasn't. It was a collateral issue to the issue of whether or not the DVRO renewal should go forward or not, right? And so we decided not to file anything and just address it with the judge. And there was a lot of back and forth that was going on behind our camp and Laura's camp, which I'm not even sure who is in her camp. I got suspicions of who's in her camp, but there were others that were involved that kind of flew in and out. Yeah.
Who's that? Now I'm curious. Who's that?
Oh, well, it was I can't talk about that just yet. But,
just not just yet. Okay.
Let's put a kibosh on that. Yeah, but there were others, and so we know that there were people that saw her at the horse show competition. The question was, on what dates was she there? Was she there on the 21st? Was she there on the 22nd? Obviously, she was there during the weekend because she competed. There's a record, video, and all. We had eyewitnesses that submitted declarations that were prepared to talk about that kind of a thing. If it went to trial, those issues may have came out in cross. But ultimately, it's a collateral issue that involves sanctions, probably under 128.5, that have to do with her representations to the court about her various ailments, sicknesses, and et cetera, that she represented the court to get a continuance at the 11th hour back on the 22nd. When we came out of the court and everybody was all upset and we were just not expecting that. We didn't flag it. And Megan, when I tell you we didn't flag it, we got the email that she sent to the court. requesting ADA accommodations. The problem was that's not the first time she had requested those accommodations. She had requested those way back like in July. She had mentioned those accommodations in her criminal case. I don't remember if she had mentioned them.
What
What
accommodation was she asking for?
Well, I have no
that's
idea
been
what
the nebulous
I
thing.
believe what she was trying to do was get it to where she could just testify via Zoom. Ultimately, I think that's all it was.
Okay.
There was no scenario where we were going to give up Mike's right to confront her inside.
Oh yeah, that's her. A day or some days after, she told the court in California she was more or less dying and bleeding out of every opening in her body.
Well, also, isn't she pleading bankruptcy as well?
Yeah, she's an indigent.
Equestrian sports of any kind are extremely expensive. They are kind of the purview of the upper crusty. It's incredibly expensive. I mean, just for the riding kit alone was probably in the thousands.
Yeah.
The courtroom. If she wanted a room from all the way over there in Arizona, then we wanted her to bring herself to court in California and face the crucible of court. That's what we wanted to do.
And also knowing what we know about Laura and her deceptiveness.
Yeah.
There's no world in which her testifying via Zoom where she could have someone showing her cue cards, she could have someone off camera in her ear. Who knows? That's
have ChatGPT
not acceptable.
Supplying her answers, off screen or whatever.
Right. Totally unacceptable knowing what we know about her.
Yeah. And I think
okay. So what did you know how so let's go back to October for a minute, because on the 21st we were excited, right?
Yeah.
And then what happened, and we were like, oh God, the anxiety, it's killing us because we have to wait another day and got to get a court reporter and all of this thing. And then like the build up. And then it was this huge letdown. And I think everybody felt it. Everybody felt the zap of energy that went out of everyone. Like it was so upsetting to be told this is getting continued again. What was the difference between what we experienced on the 22nd and what you experienced yesterday? What was it like to get that case dismissed?
Well, we were prepared. I think we were just better prepared. Like we had more experience with that courtroom and how it operates. And so, for example, the court reporter thing, we were ready for that. We already knew. We were already looking for court reporters like last week, just in case we were going to get an email saying, hey, by the way, we don't have any court reporters and we might have to kick this out. It's like, oh, no problem, Judge. We got one. We have one on the ready. And so we weren't worried about that. The ADA thing, we had no idea if that was coming. I guess the difference now is, and what I didn't know was going on behind the scenes, is that they had actually litigated with the court. She filed an ADA accommodations motion of some sort with the San Francisco Superior Court, and that was ruled upon and denied. And we weren't privy. We didn't file a response. We didn't even know what happened until she served us with the writ that she was appealing Judge Gold's decision to deny her accommodations. And I'm not even sure that we were supposed to have been served with those, but she served us with those and all the other documents that she sent over with it. And what we learned from that is that she improperly filed the writ. She improperly argued it. She did not address in her appellate brief all of the reasons that Judge Gold denied her request. And therefore, all they require is one good reason from the judge. And because she didn't oppose all of the reasons, denied automatically. They were done with this. And then I don't know if she tried to run that up to the higher courts. There was a lot of reporting going on that I was not checking the appellate docket or anything. We were just, because we were communicating back and forth with the court. Like the day before, they were letting us know about the court reporters. And then we were telling them that we have a court reporter on the ready. And then we were asking questions about, could this court reporter be remote? Do we need them to be in person? Just because it's a little bit cheaper if we could have them appear remotely.
Sure.
But of course, we were going to have them in person if that's what was required. Laura freaked out. She said, I object. I object to all of it. I object to everything. I do not waive my right
I
to a court
object
reporter.
to there being a record of my humiliation.
She did not. She said, I object to them being able to choose and dictate the transcript or whatever she was trying to say. And we would have said that, Laura, you pick the court reporter.
You pick a court reporter then. Yeah, you pick whatever. Just we're going to have one.
Yeah, it's just we need a court reporter. We are closing off that avenue to a continuance. And so, she's flipping out and stuff. And she's telling us that she was canceling plans to go to the court because the court had informed her that there was a high likelihood that there would not be a court reporter there. And she says, oh, well, if it's a high likelihood, you know what? I'm an indigent.
Yeah, they keep talking like this. Now, Mo has and folks, we are 3 hours in on a 2-hour stream, and I might go on Wish. Folks, thank you so much. Thank you to Daramuth. Thank you to maybe not. Thank you so much.
Yes, absolutely. Thanks.
Thank you to Bridget. Thank you to Lady Tommy. Thank you to Steve. Thank you to Dave. And maybe not, and maybe not. And Dublin comes to Boston. Thank you so much. And thank you so much again. Folks, thank you. Thank you for allowing me to do this. Thank you for making the slightly bust into a slightly more than bust Friday Law Show. And thank you to Mo for sticking around. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and I'll be heading over to hang out with Shizzy. So we do the pre-FNL stream. So I have a bunch. I have been on a mission to find the weirdest stuff on YouTube, and I have found it. So wish no more. If you are wanting weird videos, then that is where I'll be. We'll be hanging out, and I have some doozies for you.
Hold on, so I can send people over. Shizzy.
Yeah, YouTube's been really weird about bringing up people's channels on redirect.
Yeah.
Yeah, we might do JK Debug. They also have another video that I will not be able to play on my channel, but check out their it's shorter, and I'll have to send you the link on X because I can't even slightly allude to what it is and not get Nick's stream demonetized.
All right, let's see here. Now, Shizzy starts in about 20 minutes.
Yes.
But folks,
so enough time to get a drink, some snacks, and a restroom break.
10 minutes for me to do an off I fuck over here and maybe go on Wish. And let's just see. Because thank you. I mean, it's how many spins? 8? Yeah.
Yeah, we did pretty good. And that's with neither of us knowing how to do math.
Okay, folks. Thank you so much. Tomorrow or Friday, depending on how I feel tomorrow morning, more about the Delphi trial transcript.
Sounds good.
Then since I listened to myself saying Courtney Clemney, next week will be a bit more about Courtney Clemney in that case.
You know, that pisses me off that they've continued it because I have the wig, I have a robe, I am ready for this to go. I'm willing to make a thigh or arm sheath for my throwing knives.
Yeah.
I am willing to go all in on this trial, and they keep delaying it. Florida, stop.
Yeah, folks, thank you so much. You all have a good one, and let's see here. What should I send you off with? Laura.
Laura's got a secret, oh what a tale. She spins a wild story, sets sail without a sail. Fake baby bumps, she's got tricks up her sleeve, but the boys see through it, they just can't believe